What's happening, Ginge? Long time no see, mate. There's a, I think there's a fake Ginge flying about, but that'll be the real one. Seen your little video, your Palmo. King, what's happening? No, Northern King is in, I think, like a lot of people. When he's in there. So 156 people, yeah, both cards. Bob hasn't said a word yet. So it could be anyone's channel, really, couldn't it? But people just go, just providing a platform, man, for all this shite. Absolute shite. Oh, straight talker. Liz Dawn, I can't believe she's still up there. You'll be watching this with like one eye like that. Yes, hello, my friend. What's happening, mate? He's a spanner. Tell you what, for your loyalty, mate, in these crazy YouTube times at the minute, anyone who comes in here is loyal, you know what I mean? Mick, what's happening, Mick? Mick's a loyal one. Fizzy, you got the fizz. Clint, what's happening, Clint? BP going in on fucking Jim. Jim Smith has been humble tonight. That is the first time I've ever seen Jim Smith put a live back. He had a live set up. He's seen all the other lives about. He thought, I'm not having 30 people in my chat. I'll just leave it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I see where it's coming from, but if people cancel lives because there's other lives on, and then whinge about other channels, you can't. You know, you can't argue, can you? Just the same fucking shite. Brandy, what's up with Brandy? Good job, Brandy's here, or this channel would collapse. Are you missing Phil or what, Randy? Missing your mate Phil? I've had a couple of texts off Phil there in Las Vegas. Nice one, Clint. Respect, my mate. What's that in your avatar, mate? Is that your dog? Oh, is it a dog? Sorry, mate. You fucking good. Yeah, man. It's just I seen that panel there of Bob's, yeah, and I thought they've been on for like half an hour. Bob hasn't said a word, and I couldn't tell you what the conversation's been for half an hour. You got Pez, whose mic you can't even hear, which is not a bad thing. Just waffling shite. You've got that Cold War, who's just a fucking disgrace. Not gonna lie. I mean, these people just can't be like that in real life. They just can't be. Randy. They have been watching Randy, you know, though. He's got a little bit of a thing for our Leslie, I think. I've seen him and Leslie. Big bullying, you know, joining up as going in on people as a twosome now. Pick up Randy and Leslie. Yeah, and I thought, to get back to that, I thought, there's only one person who's going to jump on here now, fuck PP. Then it's come straight up, PP, I'm in the back. Jim, don't ever be changing the times of your lives, mate, because you don't think anyone's going to come in, you know. It happens to all of us, man. I see what's happening. I see he's got a new avatar. No shenanigans. Who's this straight talker with the eyebrows, like? Some hairdo he's got, like. You know what's happening, Slim? Shenanigans, eh? Yes. Is there anything? Is there a subliminal message in there, like shenanigans? What is shenanigans anyway? Axel, yeah. This is just my opinion, yeah. But this Axel's been about for a while. He's been in here, him and his Mrs. Rachel. Yeah, they're not everyone's cup of tea. I haven't really got an issue with them, but I heard him say some disgusting things about that Baz's wife on a live the other morning. Like, absolutely disgusting. This was like 10 o'clock in the morning. Everyone on the panel, I think he got kicked off, but everyone on the panel in the chat, he's absolutely slated him. Yet since then, every live I put on, Axel's been there on the panel. Yes, Clip, what's happening, mate? I just clicked on earlier on, bro, and I think it was only half an hour live, and just didn't even get to say all right, mate, and he went. So I don't know what you were up to. It looked like you were just sat in your house chilling. How's the drinking going anyway, Clip? Are you still try to stay off the wagon or on the wagon? Torbs, what's happening, mate? I haven't spoken to Torbs for ages, man. What's happening, Torbs? I'm Nutter. You know what it is like? Torbs and Nutter. Both legends, man, and like, just shows you there's that much going on. There's that many people doing lives and that now. Just haven't got time. But you know what? I'd like to a little catch up with Torbs because you know there's a few little communities going on. Our community, there's probably 200 people in there. But there's a few other little communities going on. Torbs is one of them. They've got Torbs, Banton Rants, Sparky. And I think their community is a bit bigger than ours, to be honest. And it's decent, you know. They have the arguments and all that, but there's none of this shit what's going on over here, Nancy Bacon shit. Yes. You know what it is about when you get to 40, right? Don't think that life doesn't start at 40, but it's a definite psychological thing. You know, your 30s. I think it's more for women as well. Like you see a lot of women on profiles and stuff, you know, and they'll either be 29 or 39 but really they're at mid-30s or the mid-40s. It's what they can get away with on the picture, you know what I mean? If it is the real one, the real people. Frank Spraggan, yes, brother. I have to come up with a new name for Nostog, like, because it's called me Frank Spraggan now. So I need a Man City player with a. He just has to have a decent hairdo, you know what I mean? That we can rip. Yeah, man, I've been looking. You know what? I'm not going to lie, right, Slim. I haven't made one change right on that dream team. Not one change. Not because I don't want to. Sorry, not because I can't be asked. I'm just thinking that's a team I made at the start of the season. I want to see how it does. You know what I mean? Without all the little things, because Leo's got it. Leo's got it boxed off now. Once you're up the top and you've got a lead, and you can keep changing your team, he's not going to get caught, I don't think. I want to think of a better one, mate. Just give me time. I'm going to take my time with this one. I'm going to look in the archives and I'm going to break it down. I'm going to get the top 5. I knew when I said that about word profiles, I knew someone would say that. But yeah, years ago, you could use that as an example. Years ago, dating sites. This is well before I met Louise. You know what I mean? You'd see a lot of women in that, and they'd all be 29-year-old. You'd be thinking, why is all these women 29? It's because when you're 30, that's it. Who's Icy talking to? No, he can't be talking to me there. It's a bit big. There's the Torpedator gone now. Yeah, man, I've heard the Torpedator's been working. Like, someone said there was a dodgy rumour about it being working. And I thought, I don't know about that. Like, I'd have to hear about that from the horse's mouth. Was that long ago? I can't remember if you were or not. Oh, can you? I don't know if you can hear it in the background, like, but Dennis is another week one, and you know Dennis, the necromancer. Yeah, this is just my opinion. I'm not into. I don't want to turn into a channel that slags people off, right? But on here, we do sort of. This is a place where you can come and have your opinion on stuff that's going on YouTube, which I watch quite a bit of it. So, we all do. So you're allowed an opinion. It's not slagging people off. Oh, my looking thingy. I did go on sunbed today, like, I'm not going to lie. Once because Louise thinks I go on the sunbed all the time, right? I don't. I really don't. It's supposed to be glow in the dark, right? Temu special. Glow in the dark cover for your Fire Stick. Because Louise will tell you, right, the one thing that gets lost the most in the house is the Fire Stick remote. We have lost this remote one time. I think the longest time was about a week. Randy, oh, do you get the false tans and that? Like, do you get the spray tans out, Randy? So you guys see, I was on to something there. I was on about Dennis, wasn't I? And then you took my mind off it. Dennis, he's just like the necromancer, isn't he? You don't hear from him for months and months. He just pops up, but there has to be over 100 people in the chat if Dennis is going to jump on. He gets away. He's still down and out on the fact that he is the YouTube person that turns up a scraps. You know what I mean? Mick, the answer is I have 2 vapes here, mate. None of them have anything illegal in, or anything that's gonna turn me into a bad man or whatever. No comment on there, mate. Oh yeah. Has anyone in the chat, right? And obviously not the women, but has anyone had a back sack and crack wax? Back sack and crack. That can't be real. Fair enough. Your back, right? It's going to hurt anyway, but yeah, you could understand. But your sack and your crack, right? Who is going to get hot wax put on the sack and get it ripped off? Sorry, mate. That's not happening. A few people like to throw me ads at on this YouTube and all that. Not a chance, is it? There's nothing, unless you're a porn star, which Randy would be the only one who would be close, who I would think would be close to getting a back sack and crack for his work, you know. But you're not getting hot wax on your sack or your crack, are you really? There's nothing to gain from it. Definitely in it, Mick. Imagine us walking in the beauty parlour, 50-year-old, getting a back sack and crack. Get back the vapes though. No, the THC vape, Slim. So you know for a fact, anyone who's tried a THC vape, and you've seen me doing it plenty of times, the weasel vouch for us. You cough. You cannot take a drag of a THC vape without coughing. You can smoke 40 fags a day, right? You can smoke 100 fags a day and not cough. You have a blast of a THC vape and you cough and you guts up. And until they sort that out, that's the one thing about them. I like the effect. And that is why I keep saying it. The next thing for me is try edibles. Yes, man, a hit. Boss Dog's he's had me in stitches, man, the last few days. Don't tell him that. Absolutely. Anyone who doesn't watch Boss Dog's lives, if you get to catch one, you're missing out, mate. I've even heard that. Well, this is the story I've heard, right? I'd heard rumor that Brian Cockrell was tuning in, just ghosting, watching Boss Dog's workouts, yeah, because he's coming back from an illness, right? But I don't know if this is just a coincidence, right? But since he's been watching Boss Dog, I seen a post from his wife Emma tonight saying, just to let everyone know, she's got an emergency ambulance on the way for Brian. And I thought, I wonder if he's gone a bit too far. I wonder if he's, I wonder if he's tried to do a few more Boss Dog, a few more than and what he should have, you know, them press ups that you've been doing. And that ball thing, mate, that's genius. Like, what weight is that? It was like a, don't know, don't even know what size it was. It was a bit like a bit smaller than a bowling, you know, a green bowling ball, like the ones you play on the lawn. Yeah, it was a bit smaller than that. You get it in your hand. You're doing these mad exercises with it, like, you know what I mean? You can see the effect it's having on. Bostog, you do your own waxing, like, mate? It is, man. Only watch it. Randy, there's as soon as I get a packet, mate, the live's going up. Edibles live, right? By then, I'll have this studio sorted out because I'm working on the studio, yeah, with a nice new chair, new desk, new laptop, and the edibles are going to be there unopened, and I'm going to be straight. I'm going to open the packet. I'm going to whatever you suggest, however many you have, then we're just going to let it roll and see what happens. You know what I mean? But it will be a first because I've never ever tried them. Who can Mick, have you tried them, mate? Have you tried them, Mick? You know, I keep saying I can't get them, but I probably could. I could probably make a phone call and have some by tomorrow. It's got to be right. It's got to be in the right circumstances. Even Louise, who hates green, yeah, she hates the smell of it. She even said, "No, imagine me and Louise on live." Yes, that would sort this in and out. Me and Louise, first time on the edibles live. Nostog, I'll text you my address later, mate. And we'll have it sponsored. The live will be sponsored by Bostog. 1 kilogram, them balls, that's right. I was saying to people it was 5, but I don't think you could do a lot if they were 5. Like, but big thanks to Bostog because he's been doing a bit of painting, yeah. He's been doing a bit of glossing or whatever it is. And he did give us a little glimpse of some of his handiwork, like, and I've got a bit of painting to do. But that was a good tip, Bostog, about cutting around the carpet, mate. And I thought of that, you know, because the room that get painted by gloss, I had planned on doing the glossing the day before the carpet got fitted or 2 days before, when the room was totally empty, you know. But that is a good idea, mate. So Bostog told me to get a sharp Stanley here and cut like 6 inches away round the carpet. This is when you know you're getting rid of the carpet, by the way, which you have. And then you've got then you can do what you want, can't you? Sand it. Respect, man. That's the type of tip I like. Hightstill tapping. Heister's Heister, you know, the community that you go in Heister. Do you go in anyone else's apart from like this, apart from Man and Nutters, Torbs? We're just on about like what's going on in this community at the minute, mate. Tom Nonce talk and Bacons and. But I don't think you get none of that over there, Torbs, isn't it? I know you've got a UK lady in Jay Smith and that to deal with, like. But Nostog, yeah, mate. I will send you. I'll send you my address later, mate. Get that sorted. Quentin Crisp in the house. Oh, good, mate. Oh, good. Why is that like? You know, when we used to take trips before, when trips were big, so this will be 1990, I'll have had my first trip. You know, the old strawberries and all that, the Herbalons and the yin yangs. Was it yin yangs? Every Friday night. Every Friday night. Be about 5 of us, take turns to drive. And we'd be about 7 o'clock. We'd all drive over this house where you could get these trips a fiver ago. Someone would run out, go to the house, come back, get in the car. Yes, I've got them 5. Get in. Then it was off to the snooker club in the town, right? The snooker club called Potter's, right? Basically, it was right in the middle of the town. You park your car up, right, on a Friday night in the town. 5 of us with our snooker cues and our trip each goes into this dead posh snooker club. You know, had a big lounge and all that, all your tellies and everything, bar. And then about 10 snooker tables. We always went right in the back corner, got our drinks, and then just necked our asses, right? Then for the next 5 hours, we'd just be tripping off our heads playing snooker. You know, just like till about 1 o'clock in the morning. And the boss who owned the place, he was from where we all lived. And he knew exactly what we were up to, but because we never caused any bother, he'd just leave us be. Or he'd even come over and just laugh at us and that and like try and freak us out. And then when it was your turn to go to the bar, right, that was the worst. Like, it was bad enough taking a shot. You know, when you've got to go to the table when you're tripping, you're well paranoid that you're going down for your shot and you look up and you've got like 4 of your mates all just like staring at you. You're tripping off your head. And then someone says, oh, you're around at the bar, and you're like, oh, God, I cannot go to the bar and get 5 drinks or 5 drinks. It's just like, it was like somebody asking you to go to the North Pole or something. It was like, I don't even know if I do that. There's other people there, but you had to. But yeah, man, trips. And we progressed from there to like taking trips with him, going on nights out. You know, it was just part and parcel. I really like trips. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to be with me if we'd had a trip. Don't know about mushies, like. You tell me out, not so you'll be telling me to have to take the full packet and that. Not gonna lie, I like that word generic, like. Good word, that. Like. What did you put, mate? Getting carried away there with the acid stories. Well, you know what I get it mixed up with, right? Yin Yang and the Chinese, right, which is lovely Chinese down the road from me, is called Ling Yang, Ling Yang. Oh man, what's that? Could do with that, like now and again, you know, when you get dry mouth. Our style is generic. I think that's a bit of a diss, isn't it? There from Boston. Yes, man. Just got brighter in here, fella. Go on the bright. What's happening, mate? I haven't seen bright for ages, man. You all right, fella? Or what? It's an extra. What's been happening, bright? Where have you been? Oh yeah. Before I forget. We have got a few characters, you know, in this chat, right? I've got a few, and like you've got to embrace them. Like I don't know if it's the same person all the time, but Thingy will be in soon. Like Slimy the Moon will be in soon with his little rat avatar. Guarantee. Are you out there, Slimy? Andy W, what's happening, Andy? What's that there? What's that avatar leads? Oh, you'll get on with Randy in here, mate. You know Randy. Andy, if you've got a fascination with John Revy, you've got a fascination with John Revy, you'll get on very well with Randy. Good to see a few Borough lads in here, like Ted Loom. Where are you, Ted? Give us a Bosch, Ted, if you're watching, mate. And we'll have about 5 Borough lads in the panel here, in the chat. Louise flying the flag for the females in the chat there. No doubt I'm expecting the Northern King up soon, like save the live stream. We haven't even mentioned, has anyone noticed, right, that we have been live for 33 minutes? I haven't even mentioned Danny G once. Just giving you a pre-warning because he's been on fire. Danny G's been on fire, man. Is that true, Heister? I think I'm right in saying that Heister is a very close friend of Nutter. Grew up together. Grew up in the mean streets of TS3, is it? The mean streets. Pollyanna Arts there. Pollyanna Arts, anyone remember her? She was an OG from this channel, like. Mick, have you been watching him? So we'll have the little Danny G rant. So he did over 5.5 hours this morning. Not that I've seen it all, right. I had to rewind. I missed it all, actually. But I'm guessing he'd done 5.5 hours, and I turned it on at about 11:30, right? So that means he must have been live from like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I did a quick rewind, yeah, and done it from the start. The first thing I noticed was that horrible golf top that he's got, yeah. that, I mean, God knows where he got that from, or you wouldn't give that to your worst enemy. Green silky thing with massive collars, right, with golf, just wrote across there, golf. Absolutely horrible. Like, you wouldn't even use it like to clean your windows with or anything. You just shot it straight in the bin if you got it for a present. So I had to, that was the first thing I had to put up with, right? This is before he even like opened his mouth. But it's like, what I did get from it was, somebody said he's grassed on them. Is it Reacher? Is it Reacher who's saying that he's grassed on him, or his boss has said he's lost his job? He was having a little rant in the kitchen anyway. Like, Tony must have been in bed, but he's not bothered, is he? You know what I mean? He's ranting away there in the kitchen. She'd be upstairs, like, fuck's sake, not again. And anyway, he's making a cup of tea and he's ranting away about how somebody's calling him a grass and they've lost a job. He didn't say Reacher, but I'm sort of guessing it's Reacher. And I don't know, is there any truth in that? Because he won't be happy if that's the truth. But anyway, he's protesting his innocence. Anyway, after that, I thought, fast forward it a little bit. Fast forwarded about an hour, he's had a change of clothes. He's gone into a Decker wife beater, a blue Decker wife beater. And the first words I heard him speak after this fast forward of an hour was, "Oh, been coughing up blood." He's been ill and he's coughing up blood, yeah. But in the same breath, he's doing 5 kilogram shoulder raises, you know what I mean? I've got the Danny G. I've got a membership, right? I've got a free membership with Danny G, right? I was telling Louise the other day, I said, the first thing that's popped up for members only, right? I'm gonna see if I can find it anyway, because it's unbelievable, right? This is what his members are getting for however how much it is. I think I liked it, so I could go back and show you. Let's have a look. Like videos, yeah. So this is like, this is what his members are getting. Unbelievable, man. Oh, I don't think I've liked it, you know. But anyway, it was Danny singing. Sorry if I'm missing there. I think you're just chatting amongst yourselves, like, which is good, you know what I mean? No, did he help? I think he did. Him out the same team, Johnny Woodgate. Johnny Woodgate's still there now. And we got Luke Ayling off yours as well. That's it, man. You're not going to get that else. You're not going to get that from anywhere else. Hey, Randy, I'm doing your job for you here, mate. I'm the one who asks the questions and you answer them. I don't tell you anything, Randy. Yeah, Johnny Woodgate, he had a spell as manager, didn't he? Which didn't really work out. Didn't really work out for him. But now he's second in command, I think, at the Borough. In it, mate. It's what you got to put up with, man. It'll be a bedtime soon, anyway. Look at this. This is Amy from where is it? Fucking somewhere in America or somewhere. Yeah, loves Leeds as well. I know. I'm working on the special badges. Like, I'm gonna do their own. I'm gonna try and make them individual. You know what I mean? Or Jim and PP going for it. This is a prelude for what's going to happen tonight because PP had a live set up for 8:30, which has been put back. Jim's already put his back till 9 o'clock. But it's just going to be these two going out. Perfect for the minute. It's Bob Carter, Randy. I don't know if you subbed to Bob, but it's Bob Carter's channel, but it could be anyone's channel. Bob hasn't said a word yet. He's just provided the platform, you know. But they're all in there, man. They're all in there. Yep. Let me tell you something, right? When I get this studio sorted, and the main thing is going to be a new laptop, which I've seen a laptop, yeah. And then I can start doing a bit more, you know what I mean? You know, instead of listening to this, like not that that's what I want to do all the time, but you know what all these other channels are doing, where they're sharing the screen, aren't they, with another channel? I can't even do that. Yes, man, anyone can jump on, mate. You know that. If anyone wants to jump on, this is a good time, you know, if you haven't been on before. It's just chilled out, man. There's if I can do it, anyone can do it. Mate, I don't know how much of this you watch, mate, but I'm guessing that you don't watch as much as other people in the chat. It's fucking unbelievable, mate. The shit. It's just non-stop, man. Oh, Bob's done something. He's took everyone else off and left PP and Jim Smith going at it. I think his channel's just Bob Cart, Randy. It's only about his 4th live that he's done. He's just got the grips. He's still getting the grips with it. Ooh, he's got it hard on Jim, like. Yeah, it fries your brain, mate. Absolutely fries your brain, mate. But no, there's nothing on normal telly, is there? If we watch a good, if we find something decent to watch, me and Louise, we'll watch a full series like in a couple of days. You know what I mean? And we won't bother with YouTube. She'll say that I watch far too much YouTube, like. Certainly is, mate. Certainly is. We are the oldies, man. We're flying the flag. We're just keeping our toes in, you know. This one with PB and Jim been a bit of a love-hate relationship, hasn't it? Like simmering in the background, like been simmering. He won't have a bad word said about Anton, will he? LPP won't have a bad word said about Anton. The last good show we watched, what was it? Louisa's probably asleep now, like. But we did watch. It's usually me that picks them out. We have a little competition between us, like when we're struggling for something to watch. And there's that. I mean, you go on the Fire Stick on the series, and there's thousands of series, isn't it? But the pressure's on when we've got nothing to watch, and you've got to, it's all right having a look at one and looking what it's about, but actually pressing play and watching it. Pressure in our house. Because if it's shit, you're getting tortured. But I seem to pick all the good ones. I can't remember what the last thing was what we watched. Later, Andy, mate. It's crazy though, right? What's crazy about it? Looking at you, I look in all these chat. I'm looking in this chat here, and every person who's in that chat has been in this chat recently or in the last few months, or would spend a good few hours in here. Spend a good few hours in here, you know what I mean? Eye in the sky, who's eye in the sky? But that's Anton, in it. Who's eye in the sky then? You know what? I've only ever been palm bombed once. Can anyone remember when I got palm bombed? Is there anyone in the chat who remembers when I got palm bombed? Slim, you remember, right? I was already thinking today, right, about the old lives, like when we first started doing lives. The people that we've had, like, just about anyone who's anyone on this YouTube, right, has been on here on the panel back in the day, you know what I mean? And I was trying to think what's changed, But I know there's a lot of you get a lot more help now as a host if you know what you're doing with all the shit you can do on StreamYard and all that. You get a lot of help, don't you? But then you just think back. All you've got to do is think back to fighting trolls. All he did was come on. He had no help. He never played a single song. He never shared the screen. He never played clips of anyone else. It was just him sat there, 1,000 people a night. No nonce talk, so that just blows everything out the water. PP asking Jim for an apology, like. Nice one, Drama King. Who's the Drama King? I tell you who's floating about, right? He knows who's floating about. He knows who I'm on about. It's hard to describe him without saying his name, but I know he's an OG, right? He's like one of the first people I spoke to on YouTube, and I've seen him pop up on panels as well. Popping up on panels, yeah. He's from north of the border. And you do need subtitles. You do need subtitles if you're jumping on a panel like, but I think he's floating about in here. Not roses, mate. I don't even know what this argument's about with these two. Oh, mate, Eddie, man, Eddie Hearn, he's definitely flying about, right? But looking at the comments, you can work people out from the comments. From that comment, that's not something that Eddie would say. Like, Eddie would not say something like that, in my opinion. So that's I'm ruling Eddie out as being eye in the sky there. The avatar has Eddie written all over it, like, but the name not so much. But that comment, that's not an Eddie comment, though. But Nostog will tell you, because Nostog works night shift, and I work night shifts. Sometimes all the crazy shit goes on at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and it was only last week. Can't remember whose channel it was, but Eddie popped up on the panel, just started going in on Zara B, you know. And I think I know Nostog was in the chat anyway. This is a magic. This is no normal cup, mate. For a start, there's only one in the world, yeah. There's only one thing like this in the world, right? It's bespoke, made especially for me, yeah. But what's magic about it? I don't know what it's made of, right? Fucking titanium or something, right? You put ice in this. I've got ice. It's filled with ice, right? Jack Daniels and Coke, yeah. Now I can fill that with ice. One of them. This time tomorrow night, I could pick this up and there'd still be ice in it. Still be ice in it, mate. It keeps ice for 24 hours, man. You know you'd love one of them with Revy all over it, yeah. The straw is titanium, look. It came with it. You know when you get one of these presents, you know when you get a present and like, I don't know how much it was, but it won't have brought the bank. But Louise got me it for either Christmas or my birthday thing. And it's the most used. I use it every day. Every day. Yes, Norris. Hey, Norris. I know the other day I seen Jim's new channel, you know, Zeus. And it was no comment. And I tried to share it. Right, on a community post. For some reason, it didn't put the picture up. It only put the link up. So all I put was a few eyes and a link. So people won't have known, won't have even known what it was until he clicked on it. So what I did, I went onto my WhatsApp, and it was the people who remembers No Comment Jim when he was No Comment, and that's why I linked you in it, mate. And I did get your reply last night, brother, but it was really late. Yeah, I know. I said, but I seen you pop up in this chat today, Nos, and there was only a handful of people in. There were people who I'll shared. Yeah, man. I was laid in bed last night, and I seen a little WhatsApp. I thought, get it in. If you hang about, Nozzer, Nostog's jumping on in a minute, mate. That'll be a good little trio, me, you and Nostog. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a time not so long ago, Norris, where you and Nostog were gonna do something together. Weren't you gonna do a few lives together or something? I seem to remember that. Yeah, man. No wrong with my memory, mate, when it comes to the tube. I don't know if it ever happened, though, did it? And what was it going to be about? Boxing, yeah. We'll wait. We'll wait to see if Nostog comes on before I say it. Before I have my little, before I have a little rant, because it wouldn't be fair if he's not here. But it just shows that opposites do attract. You know what I mean? Well, maybe not opposite, but just different characters. You know what I mean? How they can get on. Where is Jim anyway? Where's Zeus? He did a little live early on. He's always ripping me. If I'm in his chat, he's always ripping me. But he knows this live's on tonight because he said in the chat. I was in the shower actually at the time. I put his live on. I was in the chat, and it started off all right until a certain account came in, like, and they're just like, I had to go in the shower then. Oh, we've got Anton. Gonna go mental on there now. Anton, Jim Smith, and PP. Right, could you? Which boxing did you go and see, Nos? Hey, I tell you, I seen a little thing today. I don't know if you've seen it, Norris. Daniel Dubois was getting interviewed by, it was either Sky or DAZN, and they were at his house, at his gaff, and he was showing you around his gaff. And I watched it, like, I thought, because I'd be quite interested to see how he lives, you know what I mean, how a world champ lives. Don't know whether I was a little bit underwhelmed. Like, it was a decent gaff, don't get us wrong. It had like an outside pool and all that. Yeah, did you see it, Norris? Did anyone else see it? It's like it'll be worth a few mil, like, be worth a few mil, but he had all his family living there with him, I think. And he was just showing this woman around. Was that 4-year-old? That wasn't 4-year-old, that. Is that what you're saying there? Because I didn't look at the date on it. But it could have been, yeah, before he was champ. They all did, though, did they? When you look back, I bet you Norris will be able to confirm it more than me. It was 4 years ago, fucking hell. So he might have moved now, do you reckon? I'm guessing that a lot of the world champs, boxers, they all come from nothing, didn't they? Tyson will be a perfect example. What did you ask, mate? What did you ask? Any day, mate, you know, mate, if there's any chance I get to put one of them on your chin, I'm taking it. And if there's going to be a charity benefit from me bashing you up, mate, then even better. I think we do good numbers there, like we make some good money. But if you're calling me out, it's going to have to be an official call out video in that, right, Slim? It's got to be official. It's got to be at least a minute long. You've got to have a wife beater on when you're doing it. I think you don't. This is a first, actually, right? I asked you this question, Norris, and you will remember it, mate, because I thought it was, and I remember your answer, right? And the question was, as a boxer, as a professional boxer, right? Surely, if you had real beef with your opponent, if you hated your opponent, surely that is going to motivate you more to beat him. And I think you said no. I think you disagreed with that, mate. I think you disagreed with it, and like I appreciate that. I appreciate your answer on that. But I just think if you hate somebody, you know, or is there something, or is that gonna take you away from your game plan? Is that what you're saying? You know, does the hatred take over? And maybe I'm thinking of like a street fight. You know what I mean? See if we might get the answer though.
It was funny because I just had this conversation with my son. He was on the way down to the gym to do some sparring.
Yeah.
He said the same as you. He said I struggle getting up for it. If I like him, I said, well, you're in the wrong sport, then. I was like, that's not what this is. You know, it's everybody's dead meat. Everybody's dead meat, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's difficult. They call it the silk pajamas syndrome, don't they? You know, when you've got money and you're secure in your life, it's very difficult to want to kill somebody. And every time you go in, you've got a potential of getting in with someone who's going to kill you. You know, and that is at an elite level anyway. Please, I'm not talking about the Bobby Kay stuff, but you know, when you sign on that dotted line and someone's paying big dough, people want. When I was a kid, the trainer who used to train us used to say, I know it sounds a bit cliche, but he was an old boy, and that side of boxing seems to have died off. But he trained the body, and then he trained the mind a little bit before you went in and did some sparring. And he used to say to me, he used to put it like this, and he must have got it as I got older. He must have got it from Customato and all that. But he used to say, "Feel them butterflies in your tummy?" And I'd say, yeah. He said, "You're nervous?" Yeah. I said, yeah, I'm really nervous. He said, "That's not nerves, not butterflies. Said, that's fire." He said, "And fire's rumbling away in your belly." He said, "And what happens is some people they get consumed by fire and it burns them out." He said, "You don't view it that way." He said, "You have to view it like you can control the fire. And when it's time," and he used to do this, he used to go, "When it's time, bang!" And he used to say it like that, this old boy. And he used to get so up for it. And it didn't matter. In my head, it could have been my best mate stood in front of me. Do you know what I mean?
There's my other thing, Norris. There's my other point, right? Can two pros fight each other being best mates? Like,
Put it this way. You're coming. I'm gonna put it like the way I used to think about it. You're coming to break my nose. You're coming to take money out of my pocket. you're coming to make me look a fool in front of everybody. I don't fucking think so. I am smashing you to bits. And that's what I used to feel like when I was, that's how I used to work it in my head. Like, and I know it sounds a bit fucking over the top, but that's what it is. You know what I mean? They were a lot of people, well, everybody, that's what boxing is. It's ruthless, it's cruel. It's not, that's why not everybody can do it. People get confused and think this is fucking tiddlywinks or track and field. I can be a big fat pig and go in, and if I want to kill you and you're stood there like a girl going, let's do a bit of sparring, I'm taking your head clean off you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but yeah, and there's too much of this, like, everyone's turning up because they think it's like a track and field event. It's definitely not. You know, like when you get Anthony Joshua, an absolute Adonis, and Andy Ruiz knocks him out. Big fat pig with a fucking Snickers in his back pocket. It's because he came to fight. And the other guy's been wrapped in cotton wool and told how amazing he is. And he's been doing Under Armour photo shoots. And that's not what boxing is for me. It's probably still is a little, probably is now. It seems to have like devolved, if you know what I mean. Whereas golden eras of boxing were from tough times, like during the war and times like that. There's like golden eras, like the 40s and even the 90s a little bit. There was like a bit of a golden era, and it comes from times being a little bit hard. And when times are good, you just get a load of wimps. It's a bit weird, really. But I mean, I don't know. That's just my view on it.
So on Saturday, the one thing I got from that fight on Saturday, like Joshua was embarrassed, wasn't he? At the end, he was embarrassed the way he got beat there.
For me, Anthony right. So when you Dubois, I won 700. Well, 650. I won 650 quid. I predicted the round. Yeah, but I knew what was coming. I've been watching Dubois since he was a kid. I actually did a post on Facebook years ago, and I said, watch this kid, he'll be a world champion. And I watched him as an amateur, and I watched the thing that they did on him, and he was in a council estate in a high-rise flat, and he was a bit of a throwback. I could tell he was like a bit just a throwback. But you know, boxers aren't these good-looking guys that everybody like, you know, wearing boxer shorts on the front cover of a Next magazine. Boxers are rough, tough, thick. You know, not streetwise. Don't get me wrong, but it's like Dubois before the fight. He's like, I'm sick of talking. I just want to fight. I just want to get in there and smash him up. You know, and I knew what was coming. Andy Joshua was 1 foot out the door. He always has been. He's the toughest guy in the room. He's the best looking guy in the room, and that's his shtick. Whereas Dubois, he's had to fight for everything he's ever had. And when you get a guy who comes and sticks it on a guy who's never had that in his life, that's what you get. That's the result. You know what I mean?
I know. At the end, the person in the ring who was interviewing him after the fight, I mean, he had his son there, and that must be a good buzz, wasn't it, to have your son there? Like, be proud as punch of his dad, you know what I mean, in front of 100,000 people. And they said to him, "Is this your best moment of your life?" type of thing. And he said, "Well, yeah," because it must have been like, I would have milked that for all it's worth.
Well, for Dubois, it's like I knew what was coming. Because you got to remember, these guys have gone through the same camp. So, like, Dubois would have gone through the Olympic team, the GB squads. As he was coming up as a professional, they'd have sparred similar guys. He knew, he'd have known they'd sparred 100, like probably sparred 100 rounds together. And he knows he can rock him. He knows he's a bit of a wimp when it gets stuck on him. He knows there's chinks in his armour. So for him, it was just a foregone conclusion. You know what I mean? In his head, he was like, all I've got to do is turn up, put it on him from round one, and I know what he'll do. He'll melt in front of a real champion, an up-and-coming champion, a young lion, roaring in your face.
That right hook that finished him, I think I asked this the other night as well, would that have knocked any of the heavyweights out?
The problem I've got is everyone keeps giving Joshua all this credit, and maybe because everybody knows he's a bit chinny. But the point in boxing is if you get cracked with something, you can get up, and you carry on fighting, right? So for everyone to go, wow, Anthony Joshua got up, yeah, that's what you do. And then when he got hit with that shot, it was because he committed. Anthony Joshua committed, come forward on the front foot, landed a shot and got a little bit confident and just got knocked out, which tells me it's time to retire. There's no game plan where he can win that rematch. When you say, for me, Anthony Joshua doesn't do enough heavy sparring because he knows that it's a short-lived career when you're like that, and it's all about the money. If you get one. So to be conditioned to take them kind of shots, you've got to be in horrible training camps. I don't know if anyone remembers in the chat, but David A, when he was supposed to fight Tyson Fury, and he never did because he got injured because of the training camp. He got a load of young lions, got them in the training, locked the doors, and went, right, let's go, let's do it. Just keep throwing them at me. Deontay Wilder, Hrgovic, there was loads of them, and he didn't take the fight because he knew he weren't ready, he weren't right. And if Anthony Joshua did the same thing, got a load of young lions thrown at him, locked the door at the Kronk gym, he wouldn't fight. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm not ready. I can't do this. I'm not made of the right stuff anymore." But instead, he's got Ben Davidson and Eddie Hearn going, "Come on, Anthony, mate," blowing smoke up his arse, going, "We've got 15 mil we need to pocket here." So they wrap him in cotton wool, and when he goes in, if he doesn't do a demolition job on you, it's over. If anybody shows any kind of resistance, he's done. For me, he's done, unless it's a dead body in front of him, which people might disagree, but that's my opinion on him. I thought that after the first Ruiz fight, and I also thought that when he fought Dillian White, I thought there's something not right about you. Every time you get cracked with a shot, you go on Quay Street, and you're not the same guy. You go into panic mode, and his panic mode's normally enough, because when he goes into panic mode, he starts letting the right hand go like a nutcase. And because he's such a demolition job and he's so intimidating, most people, that wins the fight with most people. But in this era, a weak era, he gets away with it. In a strong era, he wouldn't have got away with it. Guys that were durable and could come back, he'd get done every time, in my eyes.
Because you notice, Norris, well, what got me is, you see, every time he got hit, and he did get hit and he got hurt, he was sticking his tongue out at Dubois, wasn't he, and mocking him and that.
Just a joke. Just a joke. His head wasn't in the game. Listen, like I say, when I was young, obviously, please, I'm only talking about like pathetic little things I used to do, like, but in my head, it's not playtime. It's not, do the girls think I look cool sticking my tongue out? What shorts am I wearing? It's time to boogie. You know what I mean? This is go time. I've got my eyes locked on you. I'm looking for chinks in your armor constantly. I'm looking to take you out as fast as I can. Do you know what I mean? We don't get paid for overtime. What have I got to do to beat you? Anthony Joshua's looking at the crowd, sticking tongue. That's what he is. He's 1 foot out the door. He's not what people ever made him out to be. And I kind of always knew that. I made a prediction on the fight, and my prediction was exactly correct. I might put the prediction back up, actually. It was that, I got it that correct, that it was spooky.
It was a big occasion, though, wasn't it, Norris? Like, in front of a big crowd like that, right? You can't get much. You're not going to get a bigger crowd than that for a boxing match, are you, anywhere? But it was 2 English heavyweights, wasn't it? And that hasn't happened for a while, has it? Like, big fight like that.
The eyes don't lie, Moon. The eyes don't lie. And if you watch it, I've got a little thing on. I put like a 10-second clip on my channel. Not that it matters, like, but and there's a moment where Anthony Joshua's looking around the room, and it's like prey versus a predator, and he's just, eyes are on him, eyes are locked on him. The task in hand is in his head, fresh, ready to go. Let's go out and steamroll this guy. You know, he's not made it right. And that's the feeling you could get from Dubois. And all I could see from Anthony Joshua was thumbing up McGregor as he's walking in and all that. That's not boxing. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be totally tuned in to the guy in front of you. I just can't see him. Unless it's a dead body, like I say, I just can't see him coming back. Anyway, my lad's just coming down here now. So I'll ring you. I'll jump back on in a minute.
Easy, Nos. Well, hopefully we get Nostog on, so it'll be good to get you on with Nostog, yeah?
Yeah, sorry to bore you with the box talk anyway.
I love it, man. You know that, mate.
Peace
All
out,
right, fella. I'll speak to you in a bit. I think he did win a bit, Kenzie. I think a few people did. I know Slim won a few hundred. Norris, I think it was 700 odd quid. I think Norris said he picked the round as well. But you know what? I had a little live going on Saturday, like before the fight. And I'm not going to lie, there wasn't many people who said Dubois. It was like 80-90% Joshua. I'm no boxing expert. That's why I like listening to Norris, because I know he knows his stuff. I do like boxing, but as far as the history of boxers, and no, I'm just an armchair fan. Like, is that what it was? I know that there was a few videos. There was a few videos and pictures going about. My brother showed me one. He said, "Here, have you seen this picture from Saturday night at the fight?" And it was like it must have been a frame by frame picture of when he caught him the first time. When he caught him on the chin here, and it was his face. Like Joshua's face. You couldn't draw it, like, and his tongue was hanging out. Like, oh. Did anyone see it? I should have got it off my brother and put it up as like a thumbnail or something. It was horrible. Like, did you see it, boss? Yeah, there was a fight before it. Slim, did you see the fight? Well, everyone in the chat. The two fights before it, not the one right before, but the second from the Joshua. There was some crazy. I can't remember the lad's name now. There was a black lad and a white lad, and obviously, I think the white lad, everyone thought he'd won, and they said it was a split decision. And straight away, when he said split decision, you could see that everyone was like, "What the fuck?" Because it just looked like a foregone conclusion. But one of the judges give it the other fighter by 5 rounds. How can that happen? How can one judge see a fight 5 rounds different to another judge or another 2 judges? Like, how? Surely that's got to be looked at. You know what I mean? But that's what we have judges for, isn't it? They've obviously earned the right to be a judge. You do get to hear the judges' names, don't you? But at the end of the day, they're like referees. They can make or break your career, can't they, the judge? I mean, there's been a few crazy decisions over the years. I know, because it's like, we've just had the Olympics, haven't we? We've just had the Olympics, and the boxing in the Olympics, which I believe is not going to be in the next Olympics. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the know, but I'm sure I heard that they're trying to take boxing out of the Olympics. But it's always been a good stepping stone, hasn't it? Some of the world champs are all gold medal winners at the Olympics. It seems to be like a stepping stone, doesn't it? A good amateur pedigree. Joshua won the gold medal, didn't he? Don't know whether it was in London. I can bet that a lot of the world champs now have been Olympic champions. But yeah, why the death row records? What's happening? Where have I seen death row records? Not seen you in the chat before, mate, but I'm sure I have seen you flying about. Like, good to have you here, mate. We're on a little bit of a boxing buzz at the minute. You have to be man when you have our Nozza on, like. I want to get Nostog on as well. Where's Nostog? I think he's supposed to be working. Or even when he is working, like, he's still not working. You know what I mean? He'd probably be at McDonald's. I know, like, so why? Why is that what it is? Man, it's a big thing. The boxing's one of my favourite things in the Olympics. It's like, but my point being it's amateur, isn't it? And the scoring's totally different, isn't it? But are the referees given like given pointers in amateur boxing, or is it down to the is it just down to the judge who he thinks has won, or it's all about you get points, don't you, for like? But do you get points for coming forward, being aggressive? Do you get points for style, or what? You know what I mean? Or is it simply hitting the target? You know what I mean? You very rarely see a knockout, do you? You very rarely see a knockout in the Olympics, in amateur boxing, especially with the women. I know they've got the headgear on and all that. $185 people in Bobcats live. As someone who watches YouTube, that's one of the biggest live streams. That's one of the biggest numbers I've seen for the last 6 months. You've got Jim Smith, you've got PP who are going at it, you've got Bob who's not saying anything, and you've got Julian and his voice changer stirring it all up, and that equates to 185 people in your chat. I tell you the truth though, Slim, there's someone who's been about here a while, and Randy, the backbone, Boss Dog, who all know the score about these YouTube lives and all that, right? I'm not going to lie, YouTube is hard work at the minute. It's fucking hard work at the minute. And I'm just trying to keep my toes in, to be honest, because while all this kind of shit's going on, right, and the more people are doing lives all the time, you know, you're up against loads of people, and unless you've got the drama, it's hard work, you know what I mean? But I'm basically doing this now for my mate to come in here. Yeah, exactly, mate. That's all it is at the minute. And you know what? It'll change. It will change because it always does. You know, you have your ups and downs on here, but it would have been so easy for me just to look who was live tonight and just say, "Oh, it can't be bothered." But you know what? Like I say, I've been round here for too long now. I know I've seen people come and go and that. But I've never known it. I've never known a topic lasts for so long on here, big and fucking months and months. That's all it is. So you got people in the chat. You got comments in Bob's chat here, like Bob's smashing it. Bob's smashing it. Bob's taking over. Bob hasn't said a word all night. So what's Bob done? I like Bob. Don't get me wrong, I like Bob, but this could have happened on anyone's channel. Bright, what's happening, Bright? Do you want to jump on, mate? Randy, do you know who Bright is? Bright, there's a few people in here who won't know where you are, mate, and you know, Bright's a bit of a character on these YouTube lives. He's been about for fucking years. Doesn't frequent many panels now, like, yeah, I just beat you to it there, Slim. As a mod, you know, you can share the link and that. I know. I always remember the time when, like, see how Slim put that link in there. Slim put that link in there, right, Randy? And this, you learn off Slim, yeah. This is like, well, this is how sly they are, right? My so-called mates on here. We'll see someone come in the chat who, like, the door is going to be awkward for me, you know what I mean? On a paddle out, to see I'm having to see I'm not on my best form, you know what I mean? Someone will come in the chat straight away, like Slim will put the link in, you know, so it'll be like, oh, fuck's sake. You know what I mean? But you can join the list there, Randy. You have earned it, mate. You have earned it, lad. But also, as a mod, you have now got to decipher Bright 77's messages for me as well and put them into some sort of English, you know, where I don't have to think too hard. Anyone know who Peeper Smith is? Peeper Smith. His avatar is two eyes, you know, the two beady eyes. Anyone got any ideas of who Peeper Smith is? Because they came in here the other night. And looking at the comments, there's a few people who are going in on as well, and like I've got my ideas who they are. Isn't anyone wondering where Sean Wayne is? Sean Wayne, have you noticed how nobody's mentioning Sean Wayne, Slim? Randy? Isn't that weird how, like, somebody with the cloud Sean Wayne had on here to just disappear and no one mention him, you know what I mean? He is a good friend of this channel, man. And he did share this live. I don't know how many people knew this, but I think it was about 2 weeks ago. I just did one live just like this. And I only seen it, right, because it popped up on my phone on the top. Somebody mentioned your name in a post, and it was Sean Wayne, right? This was 2 weeks ago. So I clicked straight on it, and it said, Fly Me to the Moon live now, right? Sean Wayne, his original account. Straight after the live, I went to look for it again to comment on it, say cheers, and it gone. Comment had just gone. So basically, he logged in, shared the live, and then just logged back out and disappeared again. What you say, Brett? You're not banned out the chat, are you, or anything? You're not bad off StreamYard, are you, mate? You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be, mate. So this little channel here, like Randy, you might not know this, right? But this a lot of shit used to happen on this channel, right? What people don't just forget about or just didn't know, you know what I mean? But this was the first panel that Sean Wayne ever came on, yeah. And at the time, if you had a picture of Sean Wayne, it would have went for a lot of money on YouTube, right? Just like Jim Smith now, like if you had a picture of Jim Smith, you know what I mean? It would demand big money for a picture of Jim Smith now, a real one, yeah. So at this point, Sean Wayne was in the same bracket. He was winding people up. He was getting people's backs up, and everyone wanted to know what he looked like. But he came on this panel like he always said he would. He said, if I go on a panel, it'll be Moons or I can't remember who else. And he came on, right. Now, we were both, it was early days when I'd been doing StreamYard, and he was in the back. And he hadn't said he was coming on, right, but he was in the back, and he had his camera on, right. But all I could see was the top of his head. And I think I said to him, right, I might not have said, look, I'm going to bring you on now, Sean, right? Because he wasn't, remember, he hadn't been on a panel before. Yes, brother. He hadn't been on a panel before. So I brought him on, and he left his camera on, and it gave a little shot of you might have seen a little bit of his eyes, yeah. And that clip, that picture was clipped. And that's what that picture's still around now. That is the only image that anyone has got of Shaun Wainwright. Now, Sean did say it wasn't him, but Sean, you can't see your face or anything, mate. All he had to go on was a little shot of, you might have seen a little bit of his eyes, I'm not sure. But it was the top of his head. That's the only one picture that come from him jumping off this panel. And they're still running with it now. Because he had a bit of gel on his hair or a bit of Brill cream or something, they ran with that for a bit, greasy hair, you know, and that's all he had to run with. It's all kicking off tonight, and in fact, on Bobcats. Fact's been about a while, and he will tell you that I think there was 185 people in Bobcats there, Fact, which you know, mate. That in this day and age, that is big numbers, like, but there's some heavy players on that panel now, like. Apart from Big Baz and Julian, the other 6 people on that panel have all been on this panel. They've all been in this panel over time. PP has, Bobcat has, Anton has, Jim Smith has. Not sure if Julian's aware of this channel, like Shuffling is, obviously, but it's all kicking off. Did you never go on ref's panel like Randy? That's why me and Louise had this notion that you were the ref, right? And you were he'd made another account up, you know, someone who was always there, you know, so he had someone bigging him up. But it was, if you're saying you're not the ref, then that's the impression you were giving out, then, you know what I'm saying? So either way, it's not good for you, is it? We'll get you on a panel one day like that. Oh, in fact, it's right up your street, mate. They've been going on. Anton's been on arguing with Jim Smith, PP. Now they've threw Bastards into the equation. Big Baz, Julian. Saying that Fact, I don't think Fact would get I don't think he would get blocked in that channel because he's only got a few mods. There was a time where Fact, not so much these days, right? But it was a time where Fact, of a night, over the course of 1 or 2 hours, he would have to use about 5 or 6 accounts, you know, just to talk in chat. This purple one is his original account. When you see Factor in the purple F, with the white F with a purple background, that means that he hasn't been timed out or he hasn't been blocked. And if you ever see an account called Remy Martin, right, that means he's desperate, like he's having a bad night. Because we made up that, me, Slim, and a few others made that account up for him, and he doesn't come out very often, Remy Martin. But if you do see that account, that means Fact Notification is having a rough night, like. Well, Jim Smith just fired his live up now. He's jumped off that panel. You'll be interested in that, like, see who goes in Jim's now, because Jim's live was about Andon. I think that's it, John Merrick. That's what he calls Andon. So Jim will be going in hard on Andon tonight, like. Minnie, I might have to have a little look. You've got to have a little angle, Randy. You know, when your channel's out going through tough times, mate, you've got to have a few angles. You know what I mean? And you know, the pod refs are one of our angles, man. In fact, do you think we'll ever get back to the good old days, mate? Good old days, man. You know, where you could come in and have a good argument with somebody in that. Because Fact's at his best, man, when he's arguing, you know, like, and there was never any nonsense stuff. You'd never hear Fact calling anyone a bacon or a nonce, you know what I mean? But still, he could still get you back up without calling you any of them names on. I should be kidding. Fucking hell. You know what? I'm embarrassed to say that when he did lives, Ash, as cringy as he was, right? I mean, it didn't take long for his channel to go because he was an absolute Karen, wasn't he? What an absolute snowflake. But I'm guilty. Like, I did used to jump on his panel quite a bit, but he had a bromance with the pod ref, didn't he? Would everyone say that, Slim? Is that? Does it mean different things in different areas, or is because you hear people shotting the word about, but it seems to get shot about when they're talking about kids and that, and you know. You know what it is, and I can say this right through experience. Fact, there's nobody who can have a good argument with Fact anymore, so he doesn't get to show. He doesn't get to show his class on this YouTube anymore, and like he must get to win. You know what I mean? You know, there's no one who can match him. I was in the car today though, this afternoon, and Julian fired a live up, but you never know who it's going to be, do you? Because they all share the channel, don't they? There's Shuffling, Julian, and it might just be them two now who have the login details. So when they put a live up, you don't know who it's going to be, right? But today it was Julian, yeah. Well, Julian's got a thing with flavors. He's got a hard on for flavors, hasn't he? You know, and it was some of the stuff that he was saying today. It was unbelievable, man. Absolutely unbelievable. On an afternoon, I can't. I don't want to get it wrong. I don't quote me, but some of the stuff. I'm trying to think. I don't want to word it wrong. Who said that? What's happening, Bryce? Right, I'm not going to lie. Bob's gone. Bob's finished. I think Baz's live finished like that early on, with a couple of hundred people in, and it just finished. And Bob's has just finished. So I guarantee they'll be all over to Jim Smith's, won't they? So watch this, right? 25 people in Jim Smith's at the minute, right? Watch. Julie's on the panel, right? This will change in about 2 minutes. Julie's will go. Julie's will go. And Anton will be PP will be on the panel, and it'll be chaos. Because I don't know if anyone's noticed, Julie's hasn't been on Jim's panel for ages and ages. She hasn't been in his chats, which I'm looking at it like she's a bit disappointed in, you know what I mean? She's making a statement. But you just watch, give this 5 minutes. Who said that, like, Randy? I'll be having a word with the Northern King when he gets in here as well. He's flip-flopping. Flip-flopping about there tonight. Yeah, they've got it. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I mean, it's a well-known fact that a couple of months ago, they were on about it today, that Flavors was coming out of hospital after a checkup. I don't know whether he'd already been told he had cancer, like he had a problem with his neck, like a cyst or something. But he was going through a bad time, and he's come out of the hospital in Liverpool, and Anton's confronted him. Anton has gone out of his way. How he's knew he's been at hospital, I don't know. He must have seen Flavors mentioning it on a live, and he's turned up and fronted Flavors, put it on him outside the hospital, and he's admitted today, which he already knew, that he was actually on the phone at the time and shuffling and Julian telling Anton to slap him. You know? Flavors just harmless, you know what I mean? Like, I like Flavors. I'm not getting a good vibe off his channel at the minute, right? Which is why I haven't been in. I've watched a bit, but you know, it's a panel that is. I like his channel. I like talking to Flavors. Just haven't been getting a good vibe lately. It's been a bit of shit going on over there, and nah, it's just not for me at the minute. But it's like everyone. We all go through shit. What's happening, Jamie? Jamie popped in. Was that you? Seen Boss Dogs earlier on, didn't you, Jamie? Was that you? When he was doing his, was that last night, Jamie, where he was having them zoots and then like doing his workout? Or was that this morning? But you've now got 100 within a couple of minutes. You've gone from 25 to 100 in Jim's chat. So I'll give it a couple more minutes and Jaleese will say I'm off. Yeah, it was the last night, man. Fucking funny. The only man I know, right, who can smoke a full zoot, yeah, fully clothed, be chilling out in his chair, smoking a full zoot, right, puts his zoot out, and a minute later he's got his top off, shadow boxing and dropping and giving us like 50 press-ups. And then sit down and roll another zoot and just smoke the whole zoot. Honestly, man, how do these people do it? A couple of puffs of a zoot, right, and the last thing I'm doing is taking my top off and shadow boxing, mate. You know, you talk about, right, you talk about dry sense of humour, yeah. It's nobody dry in the bus stop. I thought I was dry, like dry as sticks, man. The press ups are bad, aren't they? I think he was doing press ups last night. He on his knees. He was on his knees. Can't call them press ups, bus stop. Humble dryer. That can't be the real humble dryer. What about buggies? Yeah, what do you think about buggies? I listened to buggies. Couldn't get sleep the other night. I think it was 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning. And Buggies fired a live up, and he said, "My last live ever," or "My last live." And there was basically, I think there was over 100 people in there for a few hours. Yeah, you got that bad dancer on. You know what I mean? Valley Road, I do, mate. Valley Road, yeah. If you're on about the Valley Road in Middlesbrough, that's where Brian Clough's from. That area. If that's the same one you're on about, Grove Hill, an area called Grove Hill, mate. Rough as fuck. You wouldn't walk through there at night, mate. He put a video up today. He said he was not doing any more lives. So he put a video up today, you grassy bastards or something. So I had a look. And Bluebells answered the door. I'm not going to lie, I was a bit disappointed, right? Because I thought Buggies had a big posh house. But when Bluebells opened the door, and it must have been from the doorbell cam, he had two coppers. At the door, and it must have been his house because his white GTI was outside, his white Golf. I'm not gonna lie, it looked like a bit of a council estate. You know, I had visions of Buggies opening out these French doors, looking over a lovely green belt. You know what I mean? Where he took his quads out and all that, but it looked like a council estate. He'd probably be after me now, wouldn't he? Probably got a doorstep, isn't that now? Ooh. What's happening?
What's fucking happening? Are you
Have you been
serious,
listening
man?
in?
Are you what's happening? I was driving home at 4 o'clock doing a live, and they diverted us off the M25 because there was an accident. Right. They sent us through Sevenoaks, which is a ULEZ fucking zone, down some country lane, and I've been sitting in the country lane now for 4 hours and 50 fucking minutes.
Okay, now, mate.
Do you know the worst about it? The first country lane they sent us down is a one-way lane. See, like this lane here, you can just about fit 2 cars down. The first one they sent us down was one way, but they sent the other traffic from the other side of the 25 down the same fucking lane.
Okay, now, mate.
We've all come to a standstill. Everyone's complaining, everyone's fucking arguing.
Is everyone getting out the cars and all that and stretching the legs and all that?
Honest to God, mate, I switched my engine off and I just sat here and a gap must have opened up about 3 cars ahead of me in about an hour. And the guy behind me started blowing his horn. I said, what's your problem? He went,
going to turn violent.
He said, can you move? I said, well, where are you going? Nowhere. We're fucked.
Keeping your on. Fucking hell.
But you know what they actually done? They actually sent us through the fucking ULEZ zone because they know they get paid for that now. Honest to God, man, this country has gone to the dogs, man. This is an accident on the M25 and the whole of the south of England, from Dartford to well, I mean, I'm just outside Sevenoaks. Honest to God, 3.5 miles in 4 hours and 50 minutes.
Brutal, that. I must admit, I've never been in a bad traffic jam like that, but I would crack up, mate. I would fucking crack up.
So yeah, we can't actually go anywhere. We can't turn back because all the traffic's blocked up. Look at this. It goes on for miles, look. And if you turn back...
Are you on your way home, like, Jim? Or are you on your way to somewhere? Are you on your way home?
I was on my way home, wasn't I, at 4 o'clock? Thinking, I'll go and fill up with petrol and head off home. It's just a nightmare, man.
Fucking hell. So is that road bad for accidents, like, or is it a big accident? Will it be on the news and that, or will it not take much to block that road?
Well, the M25's closed, and because it's gridlocked, the whole of the county, it'll be major news. I mean, people who have got work or going to pick up kids, because go nowhere. You literally, that's it. Look, this is how fast we're 50 yards.
So have you got any, is there any life anywhere around you? Is there any houses, or are you in the middle of nowhere?
No, they've diverted us down country lanes, tiny little lanes. And it's just, it's fucking madness, mate. It is absolutely madness.
Oh, have you had it on is it coming through on your sat nav or anything, you know, like, or on the news, like, about it?
I've got this thing that when you get near London, the Transport for London, 3LC or whatever it's fucking called, I've got something with Google, because they've got this habit of sending you into ULEZ zones, even though you don't want to go into them. But we had no option tonight. I mean, I don't know how much is fucking ULEZ in London tonight? Fucking nightmare, man. That's going to be another £37 to sit in a fucking lane.
Has nobody done a U-turn yet, Jim? Like, has nobody done a U-turn? Because there's nothing coming the other way, there.
No, you can do a U-turn, but all it does is sends you in the next country lanes. The M25's closed. The only way now you can travel, so I'm travelling from Dartford to Southampton on the M25. Now, unless you go the A roads are closed, all blocked. Or you can go down these fucking little B roads that they're sending everyone down, because everywhere's blocked. And if you look on the Google Maps, all these low roads are now closed because what they've done, they've allowed the traffic to come in both ways. So they're meeting in the middle and no one can move.
So, at a guess, how far do you think this jam is in front of you? At a guess.
Well,
how many cars are in front of you now? miles.
My sat nav's telling me now I have to. It's heading me towards a place called Godstone or Godstone, and then I can join the M25 after Godstone, which is Leatherhead way. So this has got to be, where am I? Seven Oaks to Leatherhead. It's got to be a good hour. It's got to be going down these lanes. It'd be 45 minutes at the best of times in this traffic jam. Well, I've been here for 4 hours and 50 minutes. It might be tomorrow morning. It might be tomorrow morning. Who knows? They've had the helicopters and everything up, but they've just fucked it up. Honestly,
What
God, the
did you
country
say?
couldn't organise
Leatherhead
it.
to where, Jim? You're in Leatherhead. It's heading you to Leatherhead, or that's where you are now.
I'm in Seven Oaks, or just outside Seven Oaks, in a lane, and it's heading me towards Leatherhead, I believe, or Godstone.
Seven Oaks to Leatherhead. I'll tell you how far that is.
It's probably not that far, but when you're not travelling, you can crawl faster than this, man. Baz is travelling faster than this in his bed.
28 miles, Jim.
Yet, and I've done 3.5 miles in 4 hours and 50 minutes. So how many miles have I got to go? 28. Look at this.
28 miles.
He's
It
been
says here,
travelling.
Jim, fastest route to avoid the closure of the M25, 48 minutes,
Yeah.
28 mile.
But it's not, is it? Because I've been here for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Look, I think you might. What it looks like they're doing now, it looks like they're sending everyone back down this way. But the problem is, there's nowhere to go when you get down the other end.
Okay,
They
now.
fucked it up, man. I don't know what.
You know what,
There must have been
what if there's people with kids in the cars and that? That's when it gets bad, isn't it?
moon there is. There's old people
Gotta
and
be.
everything. No, I'm old. Luckily enough, I had a bottle of water. And I have been out on the fields. You can see the trees at the side, the bushes. I managed to get some figs and some blackberries.
You know, yeah. The weather doesn't look too bad there, Jim, but don't lie, right in the north, it's pissed down for 24 hours.
It's been raining all night. Absolutely pissing down. And that's made it worse because it's making everyone irritable.
Okay, now. Oh, it's going to get tasty in that traffic
do us
jam.
a favour, mate. Can you do a Google search on the and put M25 closure and see what the accident was? It must have been a bad one. Have been a bad one. It's been closed for hours.
M25. Someone in the chat will do it as well. They might get a bit more details. Mate. M25 closure. I'm just put this in Google to see what it says.
Can you get me a Deliveroo? Fucking hell, I'm wasting away here, man. I'm wasting away.
What about, have you not have a piss yet? As the must surely these people getting out?
Oh, I just got out. Mate, I got out and I pissed on my car. Right on the front of it. I just thought, fuck yeah.
Oh, there'll be people losing the rag soon, mate, I'm telling you. M25 in both directions closed due to motorbike crash.
Someone phoned me up to give me advice. And I got so fucking infuriated. I ended up throwing my phone.
Major crash completely closes motorway, causing 2-hour delays.
2 hour? Moon, you see that? I was on a drive home at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I got diverted off at 5 o'clock. It is now 10 o'clock. And I've gone fucking 3.5 fucking miles.
Well, it says, hang on, 7 hours ago. Well, that'll be it. 7 hours ago.
Can you do a GoFundMe for me? I need a sleeping bag. I need a sleeping bag, a flask, a portable loo with some crystals.
So if it's closed, right, Jim? if
Yeah.
it's closed, what? And it says it was a motorbike, right, and a lorry or something. So
Yeah.
if unless somebody's died or whatever, that's like, and they close it to get all the to
Yeah. Moon, they
assess the
shouldn't be
scene and that, don't they?
I know it's a major accident and that they have to do stuff, but it's the major roads of Great Britain, and look what it's doing to people here. The governments in London will love it because they're getting all these ULEZ charges tonight, and all these additional fucking congestion charges and whatever they are.
Fucking hell, mate.
The country comes
Feel
to a
for you.
standstill when we have this. You know what I mean? Will we get any compensation? Fuck all.
So the last post we've had, hang on a minute, was 7 p.m. Sorry. It says by 8:09 p.m. the delays had reduced to 30 minutes clockwise between junctions 4 and 5.
But they're lying. Do you think we're sitting here on fucking dogging adventure? Can someone phone the government up and tell them the shit? And that they're putting false information out? That's the Keir Starmer. He's a cunt. Anyway, how are you?
I'm all right, mate. Have you been listening in, like Jim, or have you just found us? Or have you been listening from the start?
I've been listening in to YouTube, but I'm not going to lie to you. I've been so frustrated and upset that I've been doing a lot of swearing to myself. And then when I went through that little, and I seen the sign saying, "You have now entered the ULEZ zone, pay by," and I just thought, that upset me really more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I've just been upset, to be honest. My own fault. I shouldn't have come this way. I should have went anti-clockwise. Why did I come fucking clockwise?
So if all had gone well and there was no accident, what would you have been doing now?
What time's it now? 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock.
I would have been in bed with my earphones in, listening to you.
Well, there's not much
look,
different. You in your car listening to us, man.
It's 40-minute delay that they're talking about. I'm going to move.
Oh, are you moving?
2 miles an hour, 2 miles. Can I get to 3? Oh, it's risky. Put my brakes on. There you
But
go.
on a serious note, though, Jim, like I said, if there's some people with babies in the cars, the fuck's Anna? What can they do?
No, why would they divert us to these locations? People are just getting really frustrated. Everyone's just turning around and then finding out the next lane's full. Look, there's a big van coming down now. Honest to God, man, I've got no wing mirrors left with the cunts. Look.
Fucking hell. Look at him, man, he's half on the verge, isn't he? Is that a little country lane then?
Yep.
Fucking hell, mate.
But what they're doing, Moon, they're diverting both sets of traffic, one going left and one going right, into the same country lanes.
Mm.
I came to a junction before, and he was an old guy. He had a big Jeep, but he was coming opposite from everyone else, and you could see he was petrified. And in the end, he just stopped. He's just leaning on his steering wheel, as if to say, "I don't know what to do," and it's fucking wrong. Oh, hang on.
So if it was open, if it was officially open now, the M25 was open right now, would that make any difference to you at all?
Well, I have a clue. Because all now is
You're going the opposite way. Are you driving away from the M25?
I haven't got a clue. I know I was driving in towards London city centre because I've just paid the ULEZ charge again. Well, not paid it, but I've just been charged again. But all we can do, because we have no option, is to follow the diversion. You know, the way they're telling us to go. We can't. We can't go nowhere else.
It's going to be hell on about this tomorrow, isn't there? Everyone who'll get the blame for this.
Been up since 5:15, working in the pissing down fucking rain. Absolutely fucking soaked today, and now I've got this shit. And I'm not even, the worst thing about it, I've got another, when I get back on the motorway, I've got another 2 hours to go.
Fucking Fact notification says flash your lights a few times. Let's have a fight. Let's have a fight, man. Now let's have it.
Do you know what I just
Who's in front of you, Jim? Who's in front of you? Are they on the road or is it a car full or what?
No, a lot of these in these cars are by themselves. There was a few couples earlier on. You feel sorry for them, know what I mean? There's people going places.
Exactly,
I mean,
yeah.
we've all got places to go, haven't we, know what I mean? And it's bad. Look, what's this coming down now? There was a kid before, about 3 cars ahead, who thought this is a perfect opportunity to do a fucking disco in the middle of the lane, and someone told him to shut up. He's sitting there with his windows open and the fucking music was kind of, it was the shittiest music. I mean, my music's bad. But
Jim, why don't you ring 999 and say you're having a heart attack or something? You might get an air ambulance out.
That'll do me good, won't it?
That'll be the only way you're getting out of that, though. Yeah.
See, this is the worst thing about it. Look, we're all now paying for clean air, right? And we have to switch our engines off and on to travel. If I don't move now, see that distance there? There's a gap there now. The guy behind me starts getting really annoyed. Don't move forward.
So just for us here, because we can't judge that distance, what's the distance now between you and that car in front? Is that a couple of cars or distance, or is that it?
No, it's 2 cars now.
First gear.
That's 2. Yeah, that's 2 cars now. Okay. I better move forward. Yeah, watch.
You know, yeah.
There's one.
At least you are moving, though, Jim. At least you are moving, mate. Not knowing what's in front of you.
How many miles have I got? 28 miles of it, and it says it's going to take 40 minutes.
You got 28 miles, mate, to wherever you, Leatherhead.
But yeah, I've been on the phone to you for how many? 15 minutes, and I've moved 6 cars forward. Okay. Someone needs to tell the press to stop putting out fucking fake news. By the way, everything's okay. The country's gone to shit.
I'll tell you what, right? It's 10 o'clock now. Let me have a look on the news, see if it's on the news. 10 o'clock news.
It won't be, because it's not in a place that we need. If it was in Pakistan or Kyrgyzstan or fucking Libya or Lebanon, it'd be major news. So the city's come to a standstill. Over here, they take us for granted.
Like you say, though, there's going to be thousands. This is going to affect thousands of people. Well, it is right now, though, isn't it?
It's literally affecting hundreds of thousands of people. But the government make money off it, mate. They don't give a fuck. They're sitting there. You've got that Richie, whatever his name is, rubbing his fucking hands, whoever the guy is, the Lord Mayor, saying, oh, look at all these cars coming into the city tonight. I'm not going to pay the ULEZ. I'm going to challenge it. I'm going to say, you force me into your shitty city.
Yeah. Let's have a look on GB News. Nothing
I have to pay
Sky News.
A higher rate because of the car. What cunts they are, I tell you, man.
What's that ULEZ thing, like, Jim? How much?
Well, I paid a higher rate, so I don't know. I think it's £37.50 just for travelling through it.
Okay, now. Let's do that, man. That's brutal. It's all been going off tonight, Jim. I'll try and take your mind off it. It's all been going off with PP, and PP's right in the middle of it all again. Like
PP, man.
Just been arguing, right? Hey, Jim, you've been about a long time. So how many lives have you seen on this side, right, with 185 people in? Not
You are
many,
kidding me. No, not many.
185 people watching PP and Jim Smith arguing on Bobcat's channel. That's what it's come to, mate.
Oh, do you know what? I think there's a police car at the end of this lane now that's telling everyone to turn around. We've been here for
No.
2 fucking minutes in the same lane.
No, you've got a bend coming up, like.
Oh, I'm going to swear at them. Can I swear at the police?
Yeah. Gosh, you can't
Yeah.
put the camera in the faces and that. I was listening to you live earlier on when you were parked up.
It's my best live, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're all good, like, aren't they? They're all your best.
793.
Yeah, I was in the shower.
I'm fed up doing lives, mate.
So what's with the new channel, like, Jim? Because I shared it the other day. Like, what have you got
It
rid
got
of your other one? Is it new start?
It got taken off me
Did it? Why?
because apparently it was my 3rd strike and I'd made threatening behaviour.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know you had 2 strikes. Well, so what? Do you know it's off, or what? Do you know any of the details?
Yeah, I know all the details. Someone
You're not going to tell us?
Someone said I threatened them and the live was up to show it, so who cares? Doesn't fucking matter, does it? Only a fucking stupid channel. What did it take me? It took me all of 7 minutes to make a new channel.
Yeah, it says it all, doesn't it? It says it all, mate.
But I looked the week before they banned me for 48 hours because of me community post I put up about the government. And then just thought, I can't be fucking bothered with this shit. I'll just change my channel. Yeah, never mind. People go on lives and say whatever they fucking want. And yet some cunts will report you for saying what I said. Well, I shouldn't have said it, I suppose. Oh,
That's it though, Jim. Like, when you've got a gripe, right, you do it on your own channel. You don't. I know you did jump on a panel the other week and have to say, but you were drunk that weren't you? You had a bevy, hadn't you?
Yeah.
But you do most of it on your own channel, and then that gets fucking took down. It's a fucking joke.
I know.
That was funny, that though, Jim. The other week, mate. The other Saturday, I was fucking howling like when you jumped on that panel. Who were you going at? Baz, Big Baz, was it? Oh, yeah. All I remember was nonce. Like, what are you doing, Jim? and then he even caught you live after it that you did about 1:10.
Someone put me a tweet. No, do you know when you put a message up? When I come off that, the next morning I had a message. You know when it tells you if someone's messaged you or whatever to reply to a post, and it was someone who was telling me they said, "Think you're totally out of order by calling that guy a nonce. He's obviously not a nonce. He's just a wrong." And I just thought, "Oh, go fuck yourself." But that's, you know, I just thought, what? Just go fuck yourself, man. It's YouTube.
Oh, you got a load of fucking. The whole chat was backing you, Jim. Every single person in the chat was saying, "Zeus will have you. Zeus doesn't lie." It was fucking the whole chat, mate. Was again. It was you at the backing of the whole chat. It was fucking mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking funny.
There's a few new ones on here, mate. You've got to be very careful of. They're out just to, and they are striking channels. By the way, it's not them. It fucking is them. But there's some weirdos, isn't there?
Oh, weirdos. Some new ones come out. What do you think of this Bad Dancer? Have you been watching him, Bad Dancer?
Do you know, I haven't been watching him, but lately I've seen a lot of clips that a lot of people are putting up about him, so I thought, I'll have a little listen. He's a fucking weirdo, isn't he?
I can't work him out. Like, he's got some life to say he doesn't leave his house. He's been filled in. He was unconscious for 24 hours. This was only 2 days ago.
Now he does seem a bit of, but you know what, mate? I just think it's mental. I don't know what the fuck's happening here. What is that? Someone's house? That's someone's house there. It's lovely.
Oh, they'll be getting knocks on the doors if this doesn't move, won't they? Coming out with cups of tea and that.
And they use your toilet. They should be out giving us cups of tea. These people don't care, mate. Look at that house there. Can you see it? I'll show you. Can anyone see that? It's like a Tudor house.
Is that just a house on its own? Is that just out on its own, is it?
That's a big house, big yard, big courtyard. Security cameras.
So you're in a posh area of England, would you say, Jim? Are you in like a well-to-do area there?
Sevenoaks is Kent, isn't it? So Kent's well off, I suppose.
Yeah.
They've got flowers outside the house in the lane. I suppose I could get a bunch of flowers, couldn't I?
I think I had some family in Maidstone. Maidstone, I remember years ago we had some family in Maidstone. Is that near there, isn't it?
Maidstone's Kent, but I don't know. Kent's a very big county, isn't it? It's huge. This is exciting anyway. See this 40, what did they say? 40 minutes? Who are they?
48 minutes. 48 minutes.
Yeah, I've been on here for 48 minutes and travelled, what, a quarter of a mile?
So can you see no blue flashing lights ahead of you anywhere?
No.
In the distance?
I can see another guy who's now got so pissed off, he's decided to turn around. There's no point, mate. Every lane's the same. You'd make a bad decision, lad.
I know, you'd be tempted to, though, wouldn't you? I mean,
but you're wasting your time. Just look at Google Maps. Every lane's congested. And we're all going to the same place. Oh, there's the neighbours come out. Oh, look, there's the people come out now, look, with the dogs. Wonder if they'll give me a cup of coffee. I'd love a cup of coffee.
You see it though, don't you? We haven't seen it for a while, you know.
You tell them if anyone done cup of coffee, please.
It's looking like there's a bit what's happening there? There's a bit of life in there.
Yeah, they're the people that live there.
Is it a roundabout or just a bend you're at there?
Imagine that, look. That van's broken down. There's the AA. The AA guy would be pissed off, wouldn't he?
Fucking hell, mate.
Hey, man.
Have you had any motorbikes flying past you?
Yeah, I've had a couple.
It's great on a motorbike in a traffic jam, like, in it. Fucking hell.
Yeah. But the weather was bad, mate. It was torrential rain before.
Have you rang the wife and that then, yeah? Have you rang the wife?
Oh, yeah, she was just giving me advice. Fuck me, man. She doesn't even drive.
Does she worry like Jim? Does she worry about you and that?
No, it's my fault because I left late. Right? Yeah, right, because I must have knew it was on. I said, well, I just drive. Yeah, but it's been up the radio. Well, how the fuck do I know? Because I don't listen to the radio.
So there's no sympathy there, though?
Oh, no sympathy.
Like, oh, keep yourself warm, Jim. Are you all right, love? Oh, don't worry, love. You'll be all right. It's your fault. Have you got a job to go to tomorrow, like, or have you got a day off?
No, I've got reports to do tomorrow. I do Friday, he does me reports, but by the time I get home, it'll be tomorrow, won't it? It's going to be, I can't see me getting home before 5 a.m. Honestly. Judging by the distance of travel so far, there's no way. Oh, that's all I need now. My phone needs a charge.
I was just about to say, have you got your phone charger with you?
Yeah, I have to run the engine to put my phone charger on. But don't worry about it. It's okay. Things are good.
You'll be needing a coffee as well soon. You like your coffees as well, don't you?
Do you know that's the only thing I'm missing? A coffee. I think I'd be all right with a coffee.
I mean, there will be people in a worse situation than you, like Jim, like in them cars in front of you and behind you. There's got to be people with kids who are in a right state.
Yeah, without a doubt. A lot of these people, probably a good few of them, would probably be going to Heathrow Airport or Gatwick and have missed flights and everything.
It doesn't bear thinking about, does it? Like the knock-on effect. It's just unbelievable.
How can you plan? So, say for instance, I was going to Heathrow. Say I had a flight tonight at 10 o'clock, and I'm on the M25 at Dartford at 5 o'clock in the evening. You can walk to Heathrow in 5 hours. And imagine those people now, they're still miles and miles and miles away. The poor people, never mind.
When was the last time you were in something like this, like Jim, a bad traffic jam like that?
This bad. Southampton on a match day. No, Southampton, yeah, was the last major one I was in. When they decided to, we've got 3 main roads going into Southampton city centre. And 1 week they decided to make 2 of those main roads into bus lanes. And they put the city at a standstill, the whole city at a standstill. I mean, look, how's this 40 minutes? You know, how's your information you've given me 40 minutes, Jim, to get to Leatherhead? I've travelled. No, I could run back to where I was.
I'm going to make you feel a lot better, and I'm going to tell you, you're 65 mile away from Southampton.
No, I was 65 miles away an hour and a half ago. Still, well, how's things anyway? How's the live gone? Who's in your chat?
We've been going for 2 hours 22 minutes, right? Bearing in mind, right, Jim, I had a little whinge early on because it's hard work, this YouTube at the minute. What it was like years ago, like when there wasn't many people doing lives, but tonight you had Jim Smith had a live set up, PP, Bob Cart, all around the same time. And I wasn't expecting anyone to be in this live. I set it up this afternoon. I thought to myself, you know what, there's no point. But then I thought, fuck them, you know what I mean? Like,
those
fuck them, you've got to do it.
Those channels at the moment, they're all arguing. It's all the same topics. It's all the same discussions. And you just got to do your own live. Even if you get 10 in, it doesn't matter because you're giving 10 people a little bit of an ease, a respite from the hectic world of the nonsense doorstepping.
Plus, if you cancel your lives, what does that say? It just, you know what I mean? Then anyone can have a go at you and say, well, you've not given us an option, you know what I mean?
How many of them other channels are doing live correspondence from the worst traffic jam in 2024? Not many, is there?
Exactly. I had Norris on early on. We've had Norris.
Do you know
Norris has been on?
Norris is nice, lads. He's a good lad, Norris. I like Norris.
Yeah, man. He gave us a synopsis of the boxing at the weekend. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I knew that had happened. I hate AJ. I'm not being funny. I just can't stand the guy. I just think he's a steroid freak, muscle bound.
Yeah. That's where I'm like now. That's where I'm at.
Oh, bollocks, where are you going? Oh,
he got embarrassed, didn't he? He got embarrassed, man. I mean, some of them giraffe legs he had, baby giraffe legs, someone said, and that was just perfect.
Did you hear me shouting? Did you hear me shouting at that guy saying, "Where are you going? Where are you going? Hang on, bollocks, where are you going?" me back window was open. Oh,
Hey, have you got
Jesus,
plenty of
this thing.
fags, Jim? Have you got plenty of tabs?
Yeah, well, I've just opened up here. Me packet. Yeah, I've got plenty of cigarettes.
Oh, imagine if you had no fags as well, Jim. Oh,
Well, if we didn't have cigarettes, I'd be walking up and down all these cars.
yeah, exactly. Have you got a fag? Got a fag? Oh, punch your faces. People paid a tenner for a fag and that. Go and buy a fag off your mate.
It's
Yeah, we
terrible,
watched
isn't
it.
it?
Yeah, yeah, we've got Slim Reaper in, mate. Bright 77's been in, but honestly, Jim,
Yeah.
I've told him I haven't understood one message he's put in yet. He's been in for about half an hour. He's really testing me tonight.
He's doing well, isn't he? He's just got the contract for Humbles, hasn't he? He writes all of the scripts, for John Humble. Have you ever watched a John Humble video and you don't understand the fucking thing about it? Well, that's since he's took Bright on.
He's still going like Humble.
He puts out these videos and you watch them and you think, you watch it and then shake your head and go, well, I haven't got a fucking clue. That's exactly what you do. And I realised that it's since Bright has become a script writer. It's all in code. It's all in code. Oh, Jesus.
Matt, just man up. A question for you from Just Man Up. Is it flooded
Yeah.
where you are, Zeus, or are you stuck in a traffic jam?
Well, yeah, that's the reason why we're getting turned back on a lot of these lanes. It was torrential rain earlier on, and it's flooded all these little B roads. Which obviously, look, there's someone out of the bed complaining. Look at him with his nightgown on.
What's all this traffic?
Look, he's looking at the traffic thinking, hey, you're blocking my driveway there, mate. He's complaining, look.
Okay, no.
It's my driveway you're blocking. Where do you want him to park, mate?
It's good to get out of that, didn't it? Scott New, man, we've all seen that film. What was it called? With, where he gets stuck every day in traffic, American thing, and he just goes crazy.
Yeah, where yeah, that was a good picture.
Remember it? He goes crazy, doesn't he? Because he's sick of the same thing every day and that.
Yeah, I remember that picture. It was a good picture.
Forgot his name.
He just went mad, didn't he? I might do that later.
What's his Falling Down? Thank you, Slim. Falling Down, it was called. And who was the actor? He got married to Catherine Zeta-Jones, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
We might have another guest in a minute, mate. And I believe
40 fucking minutes, you said, Moon. You'll be in 40 minutes, Jim. Oh,
thank you,
God.
Slim. Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas in Falling Down. That's what it's going to be like, Jim, in a minute where you are. Someone's going to get out and just go crazy. Hey, Jim, can you answer me? Jim, can you straighten something up for me, yeah? Because the person who's coming on will ask you this question as well last week. When you had that drunken night the other week, yeah? Did you put £5,000 on a UFC fight?
I did, yeah.
Serious?
11 to 10. I would have won. I would have got 10,500 back.
Fucking hell, Jim. Was that a drunken thing? You've been out all day at the match, haven't you?
No, it wasn't a drunken thing. It was a thing that I planned to do over a few weeks. Sean O'Malley.
So what was that based on, Jim? What was it? Was it from the heart, like, because he was Irish, wasn't he? I've not into the UFC, but did you have some inside info or something, or was it just?
No, it was based on the fight that. It was based on the fact that every time he fights, he's usually about 2 to 7. And I just thought, he's got a good opponent, a tough fight, but I've got a feeling he'll win. And obviously he didn't, but it's the way it goes.
That's a big bet, that, Jim. That is a big bet. Where I come from, mate. Did you have a little cry? Like, did you watch it? Yeah, obviously.
Got this fella's offering people into his garden, I think, for cups of coffee. Or he's telling people to go that way. Yeah, if you go that way, he's saying. See, I hate that because we've been here so long and now he's telling people, if you go down this little tiny country lane at the side of my house. But he's very adamant. Look at him.
Yes,
lads. What was that shit
You've
about
had it
this
from the horse's mouth, Nos. The horse's mouth, he bet £5,000.
No way. Just on the phone, mate. Sorry. Someone phoned me, I'm thinking I was talking to her. No, I was going to say, why did I have to sign in with a password then?
Did
Is
you?
that some GNE sneaky manoeuvre you've got going on here?
Just that take me out.
I don't know, mate. Norris never said no. Norris has been on, he never said, he never said no.
It's really narrow. It's forever.
Gonna take it for it, thank you very much.
Well, it's not going anywhere, is it?
Cheers, mate.
Bit of, Jim's getting a bit of action there, like, what's happening? Have you seen this, Nostog? This accident on the M25.
What's Jim doing a drive-by? Gangland style.
He's been stuck in a traffic jam for 4 hours.
Let me just park the truck up and I'm going over to McDonald's and I'll get a better signal in a minute.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What's happening, Jim? Are we moving, eh? You've got a bit of clear road.
No, he said if I come down here, it's a private road. But he said here, and then turn right, it cuts out that lane completely there, the rest of it.
Could anyone decipher what Bright's saying? Is Bright having a dig at me here or what? I can't work it out. Is he saying summit? I haven't got a clue. Bliss ignorance. Bright, I'm not ignoring you, mate. I just can't figure what you're saying, mate. Is someone having a pop at him or what?
The nuke codes to set off nukes.
What's happening, Nos? Do you know, can you shed any light on what Bright's saying, like, or what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear you. Yeah, man. You're off to Mackie D.
This is a road, Moon.
It's a private road. Look where Jim's going. Fucking hell. It's wrong turn, that, Jim.
That's why we're not getting diverted down here. But he says it takes me to where I need to go. What happens if he's lying?
Exactly.
Can you hear me, Moo?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Can you hear us, like? Oh, Nostog's up.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you, mate.
He said go down here and turn right. What's that?
Calling Moon. Moon.
I can hear you, mate. Look at the chat. Everyone tell us you can hear Nostog, yeah? Yeah. Loud and clear.
Fucking hell, his signal's shocking.
Can hear you, Nos.
Oh, we've
I
got
can't hear
models
you,
in
you're
the
just breaking
chat.
up. I did.
Well,
Yes,
I can hear you, Nostog, mate.
Yeah, Bright's shooting. Bright's just spamming the fucking nuke codes there for you.
Isn't he? He's on form tonight.
Yeah. So what's the score with this bad dancer then? Bad fucking weirdo, isn't he, mate?
Nostog, how have you watched enough of him to work him out yet? Do you know what's going on, like?
Yeah, I was watching him on a live at 5:30 in the morning a week last Friday,
right.
And he's like, got 2 spliffs of weed on. Go on, he's saying he's making a spliff. He's got 2 spliffs on him. He's a bottle in the bottom corner if anyone comes and messes with him. The day after, he had a quarter of a 9-bar, a knife, all this other stuff. I was like, mate, I was watching you. You didn't have any fucking weapon on you. You shot yourself.
So do you think
I didn't see him run away and all that. I just seen him catching a train. No,
Mate,
is he fuck, mate? He's not got a mark on him.
That's what I thought.
No, you fucking have. I've had bigger fucking bumps falling out of bed. Been and sold his blood or something to the blood bank.
He said he got through down the flight of stairs.
Oh, mate, Moon, I've broken my ribs before, mate. You can't cough, you can't sneeze, you can't move. I couldn't sleep for a month. That guy's fucking floating about. doing all mad shit and coughing and that. He's full of shit. He said he lost 2 pints of blood and had to have a blood transfusion. What? Mate, if you had a big cut on your back of your head, they'd have to shave it before they stitched you up and that. So he'd have a big ball patch, and be able to show you the stitches.
Yeah.
Kid's full of shit, mate. Got a paper cut on his finger, didn't he, or something?
Hey, Nos, did you see him the other night? He was on that Valley, you know that Valley 420 or what I mentioned here. He was on his panel.
Yeah. He'll fit in perfect with them fucking cretins. It's all Lord J's rejects, mate. You know that King of Belfast guy?
Fastest route. You should reach your destination by 0:25.
Big respect to this fella, right? I don't know if he wants you to know who he is, but big character in the chat there, John Smith boss. I'll let you work it out who it is.
Is it?
Big character.
John Smith's boss. What's he doing herding sheep? It's hard to be John Smith's boss, is it? Fucking hell, the guy's got one tooth in his head.
Jim's on the move. You're on the move there, Jim.
I am.
Yeah, them county lines don't fucking drop themselves off, do they? And drugs got to make the destination.
There's been a big accident on the M25, Nos, and Jim's been stuck in traffic for 4 hours, mate. He hasn't moved, and now he's moving.
4 hours? Fuck
Yeah.
that. Get the propeller on and fly off.
Exactly, mate. He was about to do it like a, well, you know how you'd feel if you hadn't moved for 4 hours in a traffic jam.
Yeah, I'd go to sleep. Yeah, I've got no patience, me, mate. Don't be fucking putting up with it.
We had
That's
no
the time
time
you want
on, like. We had no
Is he
time
alright?
on.
Yeah, I spoke to him a couple of weeks back on his panel, but I've not really spoke to him other than that. Is he alright?
Yeah, he's down, mate. He's down, you know.
Happy days, he's one of the good ones, not he? Not like you boring cunt. This music coming through loud.
Save the live, haven't you, mate? Come to save the live.
Probably get your copyrighted here, won't for playing McDonald's music.
Yeah, well,
Do you know what?
Is that where you're at, Mackie D?
Yeah, I need to use my phone to pay for the food. 1 minute, man. I've got like a Google Play thing on my phone. 1 minute, I'll jump back on it. I can't even fucking get off this, mate. I'm just trying to minimise the screen. For fuck's sake.
Jim, you must be a bit happier there, mate. That was a good little shot for that.
I'm going to have a cig outside. I can't get on the Google Pay while I'm on this stream, so I'll just talk to you for 5 minutes.
Hey,
At least you're moving, Jim. At least you're moving. There's a bit of better than that fucking country road you were on, mate.
it was.
There's bound to be a McDonald's somewhere or a Costa.
On a brass gaff.
Here, Nostog, so he did put £5,000 on O'Malley. Is he fucking mad, is he?
Fucking hell, mate. I can have a right holiday and a party on that kind of money. Next time you're feeling frisky like that, Jim, just phone me. I'll relieve you of it. Fucking hell. I knew Marab was going to win as well. I didn't even fancy O'Malley. That Marab's an animal, mate.
That's Jim for you, man. You know what I mean? He'd been planning on it a few weeks. It wasn't just a off the cuff bet. He
could have been worse. Could have given it fighting trolls for the new couch. At least you had a chance of winning. I'm only buzzing with you, Jimbo. He knows I love him, really.
I know, man. I told Nostog the next day, Jim. I texted Nostog. I said, "Here, I'm sure Jim put five grand on Sean O'Malley to win last night. I knew he got beat at this point." And Nostog was like, "What?" I said, "I fucking believe him." He went, "No, I fucking believe him, but he's fucking mad."
Yeah, straight up crazy, that, mate. You must have money to burn. My missus would have had my bollocks in the blender for that.
I bet he hasn't told his missus, have you, Jim?
No, she doesn't know. She doesn't need to know.
Yeah. What she doesn't know won't hurt her, Jim. It's all right, lad. Keep it between us.
Did it go for long, Jim?
Blackmail
Did it
emails
go to
coming
points?
through later.
Did it go to points, or did he not get knocked out, or what? Was it close?
Oh, it went to points.
In the fifth round, he looked like he'd returned in the fight around. He kicked him in the gut, didn't he, and hurt him, and I thought, yeah, I might have it here, but yeah, he didn't have enough time left.
Yeah, that's it.
So can you set the scene for us, Jim, when it was going to points? Were you sat with your head in your hands, or were you confident, or what?
Oh, as Noss said, if it would have went to pounds, I think he would have stopped him. But it's the way.
If he would have started the fight the way he finished it, it would have been a closer fight. Yeah, it was just he got out wrestled for 4 rounds. You couldn't get him off his back.
The way I looked at it,
He's
is,
good, that O'Malley, though.
yeah. Well, over the last few months or over the past year, I've won quite a bit. So I was only gambling with their money. No, I know that sounds stupid, but I was a few.
Yeah. Mate, it would have been the better. It would have been the better of the year if it would have won, wouldn't it? We can all laugh at it now because it lost, but if it would have won, we'd have all been sat here like, fucking hell, Jim won $5 grand on O'Malley. Big balling.
Yeah.
It's what it is. You've got to fucking speculate to accumulate, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because in the chat who we play with. Let's put the blame on Slim Reaper. He gave the tip, didn't he?
Did he?
I haven't got a clue where am I?
So you haven't got a clue where you are now, Jim, no?
I haven't got a clue.
You're fucking moving, though, mate. You're moving.
Yeah, but where am I going?
Why, you...
Fuck knows.
When you're in work, you slack off. Fuck knows. You've got the life of fucking Riley, you lad.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, you never in work.
Fuck off. I'm always at work, mate.
Fucking
You can't
always
call
got them
that
LEDs
work.
on with the fucking
McDonald's.
ambience light and all that.
You're in McDonald's.
I get paid to watch YouTube, bro. I got some kid to sack last night. I feel dead bad now.
You got some kids sacked? Dodgy bastard.
Yeah. Lost my temper with him, jumped off a truck and nearly strangled him the other night. What?
What for? Did he look at you the wrong way or something?
Signals wanky pal. Nah, the kid's been taking 2-hour breaks and all that and leaving me to tip all the wagons, the fucking cheeky cunt. He's new on the job as well. Not having that.
You can't have that, like, can you? Fucking hell. Was he an agency worker or something?
Fucking scout. Also, one I got told straight, mate.
Yeah, you can't have that, mate. You've got to show them who's boss, man. What was your
I'm going to jump off and pay for my food with my phone. I'll jump back on in 5 minutes. What?
Yeah, man, no worries. No worries, mate.
Yeah, I'll jump back on after I've used my phone to pay for the food. I just can't get on.
Yeah, man.
Kick us off, Moo. Kick us off, so.
Right, Jim. Are you happy now, or you still don't know where you're going?
I'm happy, but I don't know where I'm going.
It doesn't look like there's much traffic in front of you, so that must have been a sly little... So, what happened there, Jim? Did somebody come and give you a shortcut?
That guy come out and said that private road, go down there. He says it'll take you to where you're getting to a lot quicker. But it was a private road, that's why no one was going down there.
So, from what we see, it just looked like a dirt track.
Yeah, it was, but it was nice there. Took me to here.
And did anyone follow you?
No, but I followed. A couple of cars went down before me.
Yeah. So have you not seen a sign anywhere yet? The sign for anywhere? Doesn't look like it, does it? There's no sign saying Southampton or anything there.
I've passed signs, but I haven't read them. Put your lights down, you cunt.
It might help if you read them, like Jim. You might know where you're going there, mate.
What?
Might
Yeah, I'll
help
get a
if you
sign in
read
a
the
minute, mate.
sign.
I've got my sat nav. My
Is
sat
the
nav's
mileage
on.
go? As long as the mile's going down on your sat nav, you're all right. You're going the right way, aren't you?
Can't see me sat nav because it's over on the seat. But look, I'm
You're all right,
moving.
man. You can have a nice whiskey when you get in, Jim. Put your feet up in your slippers.
.30-mile-an-hour zone. This is a continent. Limpsfield, I'm in. Never heard of it. Limpsfield. I've never
LIMP.
heard of it. Have you?
No, I'm
Yeah,
going to
limp.
Google it now,
And then
though.
field.
Limpfield.
Never
It's a
heard of it.
village. It's a village in England. It's in the civil parish in Surrey, at the foot of the North Downs.
Very nice.
It's under the jurisdiction of Surrey Police.
What's the average house
Where to-
price?
Where to eat in Limpsfield? The Bull Inn,
Where to?
Botley Hill Farmhouse. Well, there's plenty of pubs and that, like, Jim. There's a few coffee shops. It's near the A25. Wherever that is. Famous
Oh, well.
people from Limpsfield. Arthur Rackham, whoever he is.
Who?
Arthur Rackham.
Oh, Arthur Rackle. It's Jim Smith, isn't it? Jim Smith.
Fucking hell. It's someplace that, like, Limpsfield. Limpsfield.
Oh, this is
2
unbelievable.
miles. It's 2 miles from the county border with Kent.
I've travelled more in the last 10 minutes than I have in the last 5 hours.
Well, you're flying, mate, basically, aren't you?
Yeah.
Flying. Set in the leafy Surrey countryside at the foot of the North Downs. It sounds like a lovely place.
Yeah, I would have got out and took some photos for you.
At least you can
But,
put that down as you've been to Limpsfield, mate.
Limpfield.
Limpfield.
See, the other channels are not doing this, Moon. You're not getting this type of quality on the other channels.
I hope someone's flipping it. You know what? We would definitely be on YouTube Asylum if he was still doing his thing. I missed
Yeah,
that.
what happened to him? What happened to
I
him?
don't know. I missed that, like, because he used to cheer me up when we made YouTube Asylum's morning show, like.
Well, that's it. I enjoyed watching it because you'd seen what's gone on overnight, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why he stopped doing it. Like, I think he's still about, but I think he was just getting loads of shit, wasn't he?
Yeah, I suppose so. He was starting going to the gym, didn't he?
Yeah, he hasn't even done one of them for a while. Where walking to the gym and that. There's a
Everyone
few
in that
people
lane,
like that.
hey, everyone in the lane behind me now.
Everywhere. Oh, are they?
Yeah, big row of
They'll all be
traffic.
cousins. I tell you what, though, it's a result, really, isn't it, Jim? Because you were looking at 5 o'clock in the morning there for a bit, weren't you? You're moving now, mate.
I've got that guy's address there on camera. I might send him a hamper for his missus and the kids and whatever.
So he just come out of a house, did he? He come out of one of the houses?
Remember I said he'd come out because we were all parked in front of his drive. And he just come out and he was talking to the guy. And the guy turned round and then he said to me, he said, look, go down that private lane. He says, you'll be here for hours. He says, you'll be there dead quick. Just go down it.
Yeah.
So
that's good in a way, though, isn't it? That's like, it's still, that's nice, that, like, because he didn't have to do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He is still some decent people out there, mate. He's probably saved a lot of people a lot of trauma.
He has. He should have done it earlier. Obviously, he was in bed watching. He's probably in bed watching this, and he thought, "Fucking hell, that's my lane."
Yeah, Jim, what do you think about Scotty G living on the farm, like? I think I'd rather be on the street.
I just think it's brilliant. Tune. It's just brilliant, isn't it?
Did you see the video of him getting his hair cut, Jim? The video they put out of him.
It's a new meaning to the word grooming.
In a quarter of a mile, take the second exit onto Oxted Road, A25.
Somebody said it looked like one of these hostage things, you know, where they were like gonna chop his head off or something if he didn't like say something. It was terrible. That it was horrible.
Look, I'm not going to knock whatever he's doing, and I don't really care. But to put your life on YouTube like that, fuck me, man. What's wrong with people?
Well, you know sheriff, Jim. The sheriff only lives a couple of miles up the road from me. He's not nowhere near Paddy. You know what I mean? I don't know how he's ended up mates with Paddy, and why he's took Scotty G.
Sheriff's just a clout chick trying to build his channels, isn't he? Let's be honest, he couldn't give a fuck about anyone. But fair play to him, no. I used to like the sheriff, but I don't like him no more. I've told him that as well. He got really annoyed. When he offered to be the referee for Danny Christie against Takahagi, I said to him, I knew you'd just start going and hanging about with the wrong ones. You're supposed to be against them, but you soon change. And he's just there for his channel, isn't he? All his advertisements and his fucking whatever else.
There was a time where, you know, it was not too long ago when he sort of blew up, didn't he? And we all jumped in his chat, you know, he sort of got a new audience, didn't he, the sheriff?
Yeah, but he soon came to like what he was about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But fair play to him, look, who cares? I said to him, didn't I? I put a community post up on my site.
In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, take the third exit onto A22.
Okay, third exit will be. But I said on my community post, I shared his video, and I said to him, I tagged him, and I said, it won't be long before you're on the same panel as Video Craig, bigging him up. And he got really upset.
Oh, he's called a few people out, like sheriff.
Oh, who hasn't called anyone out on YouTube? What a fucking bunch of idiots, man. Fucking.
Mate, can you believe that one though? PP and Jim Smith proper going at it with 185 people egging them on.
Next, out onto A22.
That's just sad, isn't it, mate? It's sad. I just surely they get up the next day, the pair of them, and just think, what the fuck am I doing here arguing with PP?
Where's the E22?
Exit the roundabout onto A22.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Continue on Oxted Road for half a mile.
Isn't it
I think
funny?
you should start doing your...
A couple of hours ago, it didn't even fucking know where we were.
Well, it's a result for you, that, like, Jim. You've had a result there, mate, with that chocolate. Proper. You'll be
find out where that guy is, and I'm going to send him a little hamper, bottle of wine in it or something. Know what I mean? Yeah,
100%, man.
In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Godstone Hill, B2235.
See, this is the sort of content people are missing out on, Jim, you know what I mean? Little old channel like this, live pictures from a traffic jam in the middle of Limpsfield.
To freedom.
It's all happening, man, in front of us.
Second,
real
so
time.
that's the first.
In a quarter of a mile, at Godstone Interchange, take the first exit onto the M25 slip road to Gatwick Airport.
Yes, we found the M25. Time for a coffee, I think, mate.
Buzzing there, mate. Buzzing.
Time for a coffee.
Oh, laughing, look at that. Is it Costa as well? What the hell's that place?
It's a shell
Don't
garage.
believe it. Lock your
Just on
door as well,
Orchard
Jim. If you get out, lock your door, yeah? And don't leave anything on the seats. You won't do that again, will you?
Moon, but this is a...
In a quarter of a mile, at Godstone Interchange,
Shut up!
first exit onto the M25 slip road to Gatwick Airport, Reigate.
This is a Surrey, mate, isn't it now? All the rich people live here.
How much is that for a litre? Litre of diesel?
144. Shit.
That's not bad, that. It's coming down, you know, that. It's about 140 up here. I thought it was a lot more down south.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought
that's
everything was a lot more down south, mate. I thought it was fucking £2 down there.
Where am I going here, Moon?
What?
I've just nearly crashed.
You're after a coffee? It's not a drive-through. Is it a drive-through, like?
No, I'm after topping up as well while I'm here.
It's great when you see a thing. Look at that, man. That's all you need, innit? You've got everything in that shop that you could ever want.
If anyone here pinches me phone, don't delete the live so I can see who it is.
What's happening on YouTube here? Who have we got on now? We've got Jim Smith, 125 people in. There's a few newbies on the panels, isn't there? Who's this McRae Gadji? He's popping up everywhere. McRae, he's got a green M as his avatar. Goes on Monks. Goes on the Generals. He's just come from nowhere. We've got Narrative Destroyer. We all know him. And who's that G in the? Who's the blue G on Jim Smith now in the corner? There's a few newbies flying about in there. Randy, are you watching? I seen you in. You and Leslie were bouncing off each other last night. In some chat. I was ghosting. The only reason I ghost is basically because, like, I haven't got it in me to text for ages. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't just want to go in a chat and say all right and then not saying out. But you have to commit yourself to texting, don't you, for like an hour or something. Back in the day, I used to love going in the chats. You know what I mean? And I'd be typing away for hours. I don't know whether I've just got lazy now, like. But yeah, I've lost a bit of not getting any good vibes off YouTube at the minute. The crazy thing is, I'm still watching it, but it's the same fucking thing all the time, man. You know, mate, you know, she's all right, Les. I don't know where she is. Like, she hasn't been here for a while. She might have fell out with us. Like, I don't know. There seems to be a bit of that. I mean, it might sound a bit daft, this, right, Randy? But you know, since the Slime Eating the Moon thing with Flavours, and I don't know, there's a bad vibe about. Like, Flavours was one of my favourite channels. You know what I mean? But you know what? I just couldn't imagine me going on Flavours' panel at the minute. Just doesn't feel right on there, you know what I mean? What you saying there, Slim? Did he take a few? Did he? Oh, I got skanked off a few. Did he stick a few extra in, like? Probably, mate, when I was talking. I probably would have done the same. Like, should have counted them, shouldn't I? I've still got a fucking garage full. I've missed out this year. Like, I haven't done what I should have done. Should have got rid of all them balls. And now the weather, no one, golf courses will be closed for weeks now over here. One of them rang me, and I never rang him back. I missed the call. It was on WhatsApp. It said it didn't have an avatar or a picture or a name. It just come up and said, "I've heard you were selling golf balls," and I never got back with him.
Oh, coffee. Oh,
Oh, you're loving it now, aren't you?
yeah. Right.
You rang the wife, or are you going to just surprise her, like get in early?
If I rang her now, she'd kill me, mate. She's got work in the morning.
Oh, she.
You know?
Not like she can't sleep because she's worried that you're died in a traffic jam.
Yeah, she's really worried. Gotta be kidding.
Don't you dare wake me up when you fucking get in.
Right, which one is it? Imagine going the wrong way now. Could you imagine that? I've just switched my sat-nav off, so let me see which one it is. Do I want to go to Seven Oaks? I want to go to Gatwick, Reigate. Gatwick and Reigate. What fucking way is this? Gatwick and Reigate. Oh, red lights. Stop. Cigarettes before I hit the motorway.
So, was there any who was in your chat today, Jim? Because there was me and then there was Mouse Charger on there. I don't know if you know, Jim, but me, I don't talk to Mouse Charger anymore. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, I'm not aware of it.
It's weird,
Why?
you know, Jim, because most people that come in my chat know that me and Mouse Charger fell out about a year ago, and we don't talk anymore. Like, but I don't make a big thing of it. But no, because she had to go at Louise on a live, called her a bitch and everything for nothing, absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Use the right lane to take the slip road to M25,
So
then merge onto
we
M25.
don't talk anymore now. When she come in your chat, there was only me and her in there today. Now, like,
Yeah,
I would have.
She always comes in my chat.
I know, yeah, I know. So I just stopped commenting, but I was listening. Like, I was in the shower. I had it on in the shower. But I didn't know whether you wanted us. Are you wanting that channel sharing or not? Then, Jim.
Not really bothered, to be honest, mate.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, if anyone wants to join it, you know where it is, but don't share it on a community page. No.
Yeah. I didn't. Well, I did, but I did it wrong, right? And then I thought to myself, shit, he didn't want the last one sharing because.
No, it doesn't really matter. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
A few people have shared it anyway already, but.
Yeah.
Right, let's see if I can get the right roads.
What's happening, Gav?
Brighton, Crawley and Gatwick, Heathrow, this one.
Gav's still crying because he paid £22 for a haircut today. Didn't you, Gav?
Who did?
22 quid? Gav B?
£22 for a haircut.
Yeah, he hasn't even got
Fucking
any hair. I think you got to shave him with that as well, a wet shave, like, so. But he was whinging about it. I seen his post early on today, like. That's the world we live in. I took my son for a haircut tonight. 15 quid for a bloody one of them fades, you know, where the fade it, and that's all it is now, man. Fades.
Yeah.
15 quid, mate. Gone are the days I used to pay 2 quid. Last time I went to the hairdressers, I think it was 2 quid.
Last time I went in the hairdressers was about 40 years ago.
So are you alopecia totalis like Jim? Is it just smooth? There's nothing there, like.
I used to have curly hair, an afro, a full afro of hair I used to have. I used to have one of them combs, you know, the combs that look like rakes.
Yeah, the Afro comb. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then when I was 19, my mate said his son had leukemia, and they had a charity night now for some cash for go. I think they were trying to take him to America.
Yeah.
And I shaved all my hair off, and when it grew back, I had a big bald patch, and it never grew back again. I just have this big bald patch all the time. I was 19.
What? So you didn't know the bald patch was there because you had long hair? You didn't know it was there until you shaved it off?
Oh, I never had a bald patch to start with. I used to always have, curly hair, an afro hair.
Mad. So now don't you have to even shave it at all now? It's just like, because I have to shave mine, you know what I mean? Like, there's still a bit of growth there, but...
Yeah, I shave mine.
Don't you ever cut it? Do you shave it with a razor and that? Don't you ever, like, gash your head? That's what I always think.
Oh, never cut it because it never grows that long now. I was
But
thinking
still,
of
if you're putting a razor blade on your head, Jim, there's going to be a chance that you're going to nick it, isn't there?
Nah, it's always okay. As long as I keep away from Paddy, I'll be fine. Paddy's barbers.
Can't wait to see how that turns out. Like Paddy doesn't do anything for now. You know what I mean? It's nobody, like anyone who's ever been in Paddy's shed is being banished. You know what I mean? It already ends up one way. No, that shed is like.
I don't know him well enough to knock him. I just think I like what he's doing. He's give the guy a place to live, but it's a fucking soap opera live, isn't it? It's somebody's life, and that's what I don't like. There's too much information about that guy, and that guy's going to get older and have a family at some stage, and now it's all on fucking YouTube. I just think it's wrong. But look, each to their own.
It's just like, I don't know, it just suits him living on a farm, Paddy, like out on his own. It's like, it's seedy, isn't it? It's eerie and just, I mean, he's an open target, really, isn't he? He's an open target. Yeah. Loads of people know where he lives. He gets stuff sent there every day. So loads of people have got his address. If you wanted to,
I seen him the other day where he was saying that all they want now is for the next 4 months is £65 a week donated for his food.
That. Yeah.
Because he needs to use his dole money or his pit money on drugs. no, the smoking drugs, not the other drugs.
Yeah, he's letting him have weed. Apparently, he's letting him have weed. That's all right. He can go buy weed. You know what I mean? But Paddy couldn't really say no to that, could he?
I don't know, mate. It must be terrible to be in that position. So that's why I wouldn't want to comment too much on, he is a full-blown drug addict, isn't he? You know what I mean?
It's early doors for him, Jim. It's early doors, like he's in the early stages.
That's what I mean. It's all right now while everything's nice, but you've just got this feeling of car crash TV. Something's going to happen.
Yeah. Of course it is. It always does with Paddy every time. It always starts nice and it ends bad, you know what I mean?
I love the priorities of people now. The very first thing he needed, was a new phone. And that just tells you the culture we live in today, where people can be down and out and have nothing. And the most important thing on their minds is a phone, so they can go on social media. It's mad.
Mate, hey Jim, I watched a show last night, right? I don't know if anyone's seen it on Channel 5 called Police Suspect Number 1, it's called, right? And it's a real life show about the police and it had this case, right, where this lad It was 1:30 in the morning. These two people were in the kitchen and had left the back door open, right? And this masked bloke crept in. He had it on camera, right? He crept into the kitchen, nicked a phone, right? And as he was walking out, creeping out, the two people who were in there, it showed you them coming out to him and showed you them begging him like this. It was dark, but the camera, you see them giving it this. And it turns out they said to him, please don't take my phone, I'll give you £100. So he gave them the phone back and they gave him £100 and he fucked off. But the bartering with the thief, with somebody creeping about in the house, pinching the phone, you know what I mean? But they said, please don't take my phone, I'll give you £100. They went back in the house and got him £100 and he gave them the phone back. Isn't it?
It's fucking unbelievable, isn't it?
It's like your phone now, though, is just your life, isn't it? Like, it's got your life on it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's everything, man. It's just like, it knows everything about you, man. Everything.
And that's just it, isn't it? It is literally mad what's happening here.
A lot of people, most of us in the chat, you can remember before mobile phones. I think I was 18 when the mobile phones come out, 18. So I went to school without a phone, left school without a phone. And even at 18, they were still expensive, you know.
Yeah. We used to have a house phone, and people used to pay 10p and 2p to use it.
Yeah. Mate, remember have you ever seen a lock? Remember people who used to get locks on phones? Like your mum would put a lock on the phone so you couldn't use it. Like it was.
See, there was a phone lock on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, mate.
When my mum and dad went out, they'd lock it. We weren't allowed to phone it. We used to only phone up like the time, not the speaking clock.
It was free.
What time's it, you'd say? Go phone up the speaking clock, will you? See what's...
What about thingy? What about that one? What was that number that cost you like 50p? I think it still does to this day, like where you find out someone's number or something. Fucking 50p.
Wasn't it direct take once?
Yeah, it was 50p or something, wasn't it? It was like, what the fuck?
You were allowed 2 numbers, but you never had 2 numbers. You only needed 1, didn't you?
Yeah. Fucking hell, mate. Pages, Boss Dogs popped in there with a pager shout. We had pages before phones, yeah?
I'll be live this afternoon.
No,
you know all of these people who go live and say they've got big channels, and Boss Dog beat them, every one of them this morning on views.
I heard it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's true, though, isn't it?
It was true. No, it's there. They're all going on about, we've got big channels, loads of subs and that. And Boss Dog has had 300 more views than 3 of those channels. And he was an hour late. He'd only done 3 hours where they'd done 4 hours.
Unbelievable, man. You can't write it, can you? It's like, it doesn't make sense.
Boss Dog's lives are quite, they're entertaining. I like them.
Oh, mate, he's had me in stitches, Boss Dog. I don't know if it was on purpose, like, whether he meant to have me in stitches. But
yeah,
I've caught his last 2 lives and I've, like, been in the chats and that, you know, inputting, and he'll tell you that if he's live, I'm generally there, you know what I mean? If he has me in stitches, man.
Look at all these lanes closed here. We're going down to 1 lane now. This fucking motorway better not be closed further down.
Oh, don't say that.
Look, 3 of the 4 lanes are closed.
And this is now to do with the M25 now, are you back on the M25?
Oh, I'm back on the M25, past the road closure that was down there. Oh, shit, go on. Everyone's braking.
How far away are you now, like, Jim, on your sat-nav from home?
I haven't got a clue, mate. Sat-nav's on the seat.
You shouldn't be that far, you know. You shouldn't be that
No,
far
but-
because you were only, when I looked, I bet you're half an hour. Half an hour.
No, I've got to get on the M3 yet, mate. I've got the M3 right along to the M27. Look at all these lanes closed, and look at that wagon flying along on the inside lane. It clearly says they're closed. Look, now
You've got a
he's
laugh, haven't you,
flying.
right? You've got a laugh, right? Half an hour ago, Jim was stuck in the worst traffic jam of his life, right? Now he's whinging because he's only doing like 50 miles an hour. You gotta think yourself lucky, fella.
Oh, well.
Muggles, what's happening? Muggles, when are we gonna I'm getting a new laptop soon, Muggles, and I'm gonna do the Danny G golf things because we've been saying it
Did
for
you
a
see
while.
Danny
Like,
G come in his garden the other day?
what was he doing?
Playing golf in his garden yesterday in his 5-hour life. Fucking guy is. First, he spent 40 minutes telling us all how beautiful he is and how great his body is. I got banned out of his chat. All I said was, "How's the job hunting?"
Yeah. Jim, I got gifted a membership on his channel. God knows how, right? Because I haven't commented in either of his channels, right? And I got a gift the other day, a gift of a membership for his channel. I couldn't believe it, right? But he was live on YouTube this morning for 5.5 hours, just talking shit from 6 o'clock this morning.
Well, he needs to do it, doesn't he? I mean, he's honest enough to say, look, that's his only way he's making money at the moment. And he says he makes quite a few quid out of it, you know. No, social media.
I know.
But
I'd
he
love
is
to know the details. I'd love to know, like, from the whole. I'd love to know for 100% how much you get for like so many views on a video, because you hear that many different things. Like, he
What did he
reckons
say
you
the
get
other day? He
40.
says he makes, on average, £2 a video. Not
that it?
alive, just whatever he does. But I don't know. He must make a few quid, mate. He's never
Well,
off
he's got
YouTube.
TikTok. He's got TikTok as well, man. He does all the gaming channels. He's on live. He's live nearly all day, mate. But he knows the time's coming where he's going to have to go back to work, like, and being off for that long, it will hit him hard, like, because I did it last year. I was off for 6 months, and when I knew I was getting close to the time where I had to go back, I wasn't happy, like. Right, Matt.
When I was in the traffic jam there, I was listening to a bit on YouTube. No, just listening to it. And
Yeah.
I watched listening to that Julian and Anthony, is it?
Anton.
And they had that, what's his name on the panel? The guy with the bad leg. What's his name?
Sergeant Annin.
That's the guy. And he said that he's give 4 statements, 3 to the police and 1 to the Department of Work and Pensions. Do you know over there the money that's got taken off him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually gives statements, he said.
What, to the police?
To the police, yeah. He's reported it as a crime.
Because what, over for Dodgy Dave, yeah?
Yeah, because he got robbed by him, which I don't think he did get robbed. Just think he gave the money away, didn't he? But it just shows you, doesn't it? Fucking YouTube's gone absolutely mad.
Dodgy Dave's in Slammer, isn't he? Doing some porridge for something.
Dodgy Dave.
Yeah.
He goes missing. Without Tekka, he's got no relevance, has he, really, without Tekka Heggie?
I'm sure he's inside Jim at the minute. Like, I seen somebody put in the chat tonight to Ice Queen, saying to Ice Queen, I'm really sorry about Dave. when nobody I haven't seen David. I don't know if anyone knows. Like, but,
That might be over the Annan thing then.
yeah.
If they've done it for fraud, because he said he gave the statements to the fraud squad.
And is that the first time he's admitted that? Like,
That's the first time I've heard it. It's the first time I've heard a YouTuber say, I've given the police 3 statements. I'm thinking,
admit to being the
What?
grass, you mean? Yeah.
you know, it's just, again, it doesn't sit right with me. You're on fucking YouTube. Talking a load of shit. Let's be honest, he was involved in all the shit that Dave was doing, wasn't he? He wants to be relevant enough to say what he was going to do. And conned, well, so fucking what? You got conned, lad.
We got slimy. Jim,
Imagine
did you hear
those- Sorry, go on.
Did you? Can you remember the other week about this slimy to the moon thing? Did you ever listen back to what I said? What I was going on about with Fighting Irish?
Yeah, and I couldn't make sense of it.
I was hoping you would listen and see what you thought, like, because I'm
listened to
still.
it, but I don't know whether he was having a go at you or just people in general.
I know.
honestly don't know.
I don't.
Do you know
I
what?
still don't.
I meant to ask Iris. I've jumped on his panel a couple of times. Next time I'm on, I'll ask him.
Because Scouser was on that panel, and Scouser came in last week. It was late on. I was just finishing up, and he was really stoned, like. But he said basically, it's all been been took out of proportion. It wasn't Fighting Irish, and I think I don't think there's any beef there. You know what I mean? I wasn't that bothered, but it just left a bad taste in my mouth that one night. And
yeah, it's going to win it because you don't know why. And because I listened to it and I just thought, I played it back a few times because I couldn't get whether there was a story before it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
There wasn't, though, was there?
find.
It just come from nowhere, come out of nowhere. That's what I thought.
But I don't know. I was on here just the Saturday before last.
Yeah.
I was on it with Scouser.
Yeah.
But I meant to ask him, but I didn't.
In 2 miles, at junction 10, use the left 2 lanes
Yeah,
to take the
I
A3 exit to London.
Like I say, I
Southwest.
told Scouter, I said, look, there's no beef on now. You know what I mean? I just couldn't understand why he said that, you know, why he would say that. And then it just left it a bit awkward for me and in like Flavors channel, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's, you know, when there's that bit about...
Irish doesn't like.
I know, that's what I mean.
Sometimes people get annoyed, don't they, because people have people on the panel who don't get on with that person. But I look at it this way, I don't really care when I do mine, I don't care who comes in, and you know, a lot of people don't like the people who come into my chat, but that's not my problem. That's their problem.
Yeah. I'd love to be like that though, Jim, right? And this is what YouTube's about, right? Different characters, right? I'm not going to pretend that...
Don't give a fuck.
I'm not going to pretend that...
There's certain people I won't have on. There's certain people
I'm not bothered.
On.
If somebody calls me Sly, right, I'm not going to pretend that it hasn't bothered me. But I'm not gonna make a big deal of it. I just made a deal of it. What I thought it wasn't a big deal. I just didn't like it. And
it'd be interesting to see what there's got to be a backstory to it. There's got to be something that he's seen or heard or something.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know. Yeah.
But I couldn't work out what he was in. I couldn't work out what he was putting it in relationship to, if you know what I mean.
Of a mile at junction
Well, that's
10.
half the reason why I screen recorded it and showed people in the chat, because I couldn't, and I wanted their opinion on it. That's all it was. It was just a weird one, like, because I've always got on with Irish, like, he's always been sound. Did it?
Use the left 2 lanes to exit at junction 10.
Do you know how far away you are yet?
This is
In
the
a
wrong.
quarter of a mile, at Wisley Interchange roundabout, take the second exit onto the M25 slip road to Heathrow Airport.
That's up the wrong road.
Okay.
Fuck me, man. Tired now, that's what it is.
Well, if you've got because I'll be logging off soon, right, Jim. But if you want a bit of entertainment on your own, right, go to I think it was Bob Carter. You sub to Bob Carter, right, and listen because it was proper kicking off.
No,
Like,
I'm not
I'm
sure. Can
gonna-
someone put his channel in the
Exit the roundabout onto the slip
I'll
road.
see if I can find it for you, mate. But you'll listen, right? The PP
Stay
Jim
on
Smith.
there until I get to Fleet
In a
Services.
quarter of a mile, use the
Yeah,
left
go
lane
on
to
then.
merge onto
Because then I
M25.
can log out and go into Bob Carter.
Just like I could only see it. Like I wasn't listening. I was just looking at the chat. But just to have them three on a panel, they all like going at each other. And Anton, he started jumping on panels a lot more now. Yeah, he's been missing for ages, but he's getting vocal again now. Like,
They don't go missing, mate. They're there all the time.
yeah, sub to somebody who you put a link out. You put a post
still on
out.
it, you know. I reckon one of the
See?
new people. I reckon one of the new people in the chat is Film Boy.
Yeah. You reckon?
Yeah, that's
But
it.
yeah, work this one out, Jim. Listen to this, right? So Jim Smith is live now, right?
Yeah.
And PP's live, right? So how many people do you think are in their chats? There's two of them both live.
Who's live?
PP. Bearing in mind
Yeah.
they've both been arguing like hell tonight, right? So they're both live at the minute. PP and Jim Smith. PP has 116 people in, right? And Jim
Yeah.
Smith has 106.
Jesus.
So that is the whole of our community watching them two channels, basically. Isn't it?
Yeah, talking about each other. They should have just stayed on the same panel.
116 people in each channel, just about over 100 people. Like,
Who've they got
I
on the
don't- I
panels?
LPP's got Danny Leeds and Julian, and Jim Smith has Masters and Craig, Narrative Destroyer. Crazy, isn't it, mate? It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad.
Like, it's people
What
say
BP
like
friends.
it's mad because when you watch YouTube, right, Jim, and you're a little bit invested. Like, I'm not invested, but I watch it. It's just seeing, like, you look at the people in each of their chats now and you think, so you're backing Jim and you're backing PP, you know what I mean? It's fucking mad. It's absolutely mad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could not argue as a grown man. I could not sit on YouTube and argue like they do with each other. Just like, give your head a shake, man.
I argue every now and again, but I couldn't do it every night. Fuck that. It gets tired.
Honestly, mate, it's just fucking beyond. I just can't get my head around it. Some of the time. Yeah, that's the thing about Boss Dog's lives. You only see them once, Jim. You can't go back and watch them, can you? Because he deletes them or they're gone. If you miss them, you've missed them.
That's rid of them, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's why you've got to be there live, or you're missing out.
They're entertaining. I like Boss Dogs.
Unless somebody clips him, like Howlerhead started clipping him, but I haven't seen him putting any clips of Boss Dog out for a while. Boss Dog, go live when I end this, like, and save me watching Bob Carter back.
Yeah, there's some new interesting characters though, isn't he? Lately, new channels popping up. And
yeah, and they've all got something in the closet, haven't they? You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
I like the way they've all come with like assistant directors in the background who make all the videos for them and do all the checking up.
Like that
They've all got
broadcaster you're on
information.
about, and that big Baz in
They've
his
all got
bed and
information.
broadcaster.
Oh, that broadcaster's a fucking. Like, I don't know. It reminds me so much of I don't know.
I
Can't
can't work
work
him
him
out.
out.
He's just
I think
mate. He had his wife. He had his wife on the live. He
I
had his
only
wife
come here.
explaining.
He says, I only come here for the peace and quiet, for the joy of YouTube. And I'm thinking, is he for fucking? He's not that stupid. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not that stupid. He's not that stupid. I've took the wrong fucking road.
Never.
Use the right lane to take the slip road.
Oh, fuck off, Jim.
Have you really?
Oh, do you know what?
In 50 yards, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto the M25 slip road to M4,
That's
M3.
twice I've come off it now. I'm gonna have to stop at Fleet and
Can you get back on it? Like, what are you? What are you doing? Like,
when I get to Fleet Services, I'm going to stop for an hour and just have a little bit of a fucking rest.
Exit the roundabout slip road, then use the right lane.
Slim's got an opinion that all these new channels are all to do with Decca. That they've all come from Decca's corner.
Yeah,
I mean, Decca has a lot of followers, and they've got to be somewhere, haven't they? Got to be following somebody now. He's gone.
Well, I've seen it on
Use the right lane to take the slip road to M25, then merge onto M25.
Was it Saturday before last? All of a sudden, on one of the channels, you had about 10 new people, and they'd all came over from Facebook.
M25 for 1.5 miles.
Yeah.
And I thought, whoa, fuck this, man. But I reckon they're all working together. They all, you know what I mean?
But for what reason, though? They're not making any money, are they? You know what I mean? If you're not,
What?
they're not making any money, are they?
It's not about money, is it? I don't know what they're on. With them, some of them. Just a weird bunch, aren't they? M4, Junction 4, exit closed. I'm not going on the M4, I'm going on the M4.
This is funny, this, like, just watching these two lives. I've got PP on my phone, and I've got Jim Smith on the telly, right? Looking at the numbers, like, Jim's took the lead now with 114 to 101 in PPs. But I'm looking at the people who were in PP's chat, like,
Junction 12, use the left lane to take the M3 exit to
tells the
Basingstoke.
story, you know what I mean? Funny, like. Have you stopped again there, Jim? I don't know what's happened to Jim there. I don't know whether his camera's froze or what, but yeah, man, it's been fun anyway, and I'm going to have to wrap it up though, Jim. Nah, he's gone. Yeah, man. Just so happens that I did this live tonight, and you have one of the biggest arguments on YouTube kicking off like while I'm live. You know what I mean? But I do remember the people that come in, man. All my good mates. So massive respect, man, as always. Like, Randy, you've got a spanner now, mate. You've earned that spanner. Don't give spanners out lightly on this channel, you know. Right. Respect, mate. You have been in for a few hours. I wish you'd have jumped on the panel, though, because when I'm talking as well, and I'm trying to keep trying to make some sense out of it, mate. I'm not being nasty there. I just Yeah, but I'm going to call it a night now and chill out and try and see what's been going on in here. Oh, 1 second. And I heard it on another channel the other night, so somebody is copying off me. Absolute batty fishes. Who's rabbled there?
I love the sinner, and she put me